Hello. The stream has begun. Hello, Timax is here, and Chameleon's here. Welcome, welcome. OMG, Brimley's red cape looks so dapper. It's true! I decided to use the level up any 5-star character to Insight 3 level 1 item. I used that on Brimley, so that's why he's looking pretty nice. Hello, Timax! Alright, we are here. The game has begun. Loggerhead will come later. The way I do it, maybe it's not, like, exactly perfect. But, I just did the character bond stuff. Now where is everybody? Loggerhead. There's so much stuff on this screen. Oh, there we go. She's so cute. I have basically gotten into a rhythm where I want all the characters to have a decent amount of time on the main screen and everyone to get their chance to be on the main screen, and I get bond points from clicking on them. And so I like evenly split things out in such a way where I always make sure that whatever character has the highest percentage already gets priority to be on the main screen, so I get to have them on the main screen before they 100%. And then the rest of the characters are just passively getting their bond up in the wilderness in the meantime. And that's what I do. Type Final Magic, hello! Hi Shiny, hope you are doing well. 2.8 looks to have some good stuff. I heard that there was a CN broadcast. Loggerhead. Oh, in terms of using the i3, I gotcha. I went between all the characters and I picked Brimley for some reason. I can't remember exactly why. It's possible, maybe I already had gotten Loggerhead up a certain amount. I think it was because Brimley was not at Insight 2 yet. So I wanted to get the most bang for my buck out of the item. So I used it on Brimley, who was not as leveled up as Loggerhead already is, basically. All these recent versions keep having 6 stars I want. I'm not surprised at all. It has literally been that way the entire game. Or rather, I mean, I still complain sometimes about how I wish there was more weird designs in the game. But without fail, every single time a 6-star character drops and we get their story, I fall in love with them after that. I picked Click so I can see his I2 since they won't give him a skin. Yeah, I know. They should give him a skin sometime. They've given other, what is it?
If possible, a knock on the door will be appreciated.
Man. Very similar between the two, isn't it? I'm quite happy. I did finally get my 400 clear this weekend. Congratulations, Timax! I think he's the last 5-star from launch not to have one or something, LMAO. Oh my gosh, poor boy. Can we get some support for Click out here? This boy has been through it. Can we all agree? Oh, man. If it makes Click fans happy, I used him on 400 meter stage. Wow. All right, time to take a look at his kit. A picture at a price is his ultimate, a group attack that deals 450% mental damage to all enemies and applies lens cap to other allies for 1 round. Lens cap positive status when the caster is attacked by reality damage. Damage taken reduction plus 50%. 50%. Dang, Click. That's... wow. Wow. And what's his insight stuff? At the beginning of every round, enters lens cap status for 1 round. So he gives himself that very, very nice buff every 2 rounds, but it lasts for only 1. And then when he's in lens cap status, he gets penetration rate plus 30%. 30%. I guess I don't really know what good penetration rate would be. Type Found the Magic says, it was okay for me like pre 2.3 since it was usually only 1 6-star or no 6-star I wanted to pull. But now they keep making 6-stars that keep appealing to me. Unlike the 2.5 and onwards. Welcome to what I've been experiencing since the game launched. It stinks so much how many 6-stars I want, because it's basically all of them. I only used him for his Moxie Drain, to be fair. Moxie Drain! Let's check this out. His skill 1, the Onlooker. Looks like it's a picture of him taking a picture with his camera. Turns into a debuff at rank 2, and it inflicts blind on the target for 1 round, which is damage bonus minus 30% when attacking 1 target. Oh yeah, that one. There's one for attacking AoE, and there's one for attacking 1 target. I remember now. And then this one, it's sort of a debuff. It's kind of like Melania. Inflicts Moxie minus 2 on the target hit. Melania only does Moxie minus 1. Well. I'll finish building Click one day. I like his concept. It's kind of more of a variety. He's got more than one thing in his kit, interestingly enough. I'm skipping 2.6 probably since I'm pulling for everyone this patch. Aleph better not have a good story. I'm poor. Oh no! Rico! Aha! I do not have pulls. Or I don't have pulls. Yeah. Oh yeah, but Chameleon, you did get Liang Yue early, right? I seem to recall. How am I doing right now? By the way, everybody, I should make the announcement to my Reverse 1999 viewers. I have finally given in, and I've decided that I am okay to start doing pulls on stream. I'm tired of having to save pulls for off stream, basically. But I'm also basically, I'm not holding myself to save pulls for on stream or save pulls for off stream. So I might still do pulls off stream. I'm not saying I'm not gonna do that. So I did pulls in Infinity Nikki, which I kind of wish I hadn't done it there because I really am in a bad place with Infinity Nikki right now. If you want to learn more about the Infinity Nikki drama, you should check out this or that video about it. Let me see if I can find the one that I thought did a good job. I liked this video the best. I love the joke of LF being in the female impromptu band and no one telling him. It makes me wish I'd gotten Barcarola, but I just didn't have enough pulls to do that. Oh, Kinoko-kun is skipping 2.6 and 2.7. Welcome, Kinoko-kun. This video sums up the situation fairly well, and it's 22 and a half minutes long. And I think it's also the most honest and, like, it's not holding back. And it's right in the middle where it's being honest and not holding back, and it's also not like trying to get clicks either. It's not like over exaggerating anything. 21 and a half minutes too long. Oh well.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is... Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brimley. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brimley. Ladies and gentlemen, the name is... Brimley. No, that won't do.
Aww. He's trying to brush up on his introduction. Oh. You know, I was playing Reverse 1999 earlier this weekend, and I had, like, 15 Picrasma jars to go through. The ones that give you 120 activity. And I was doing as good a job as I could to try to fill up my materials, with the intent of making sure I have enough, like, not just to build characters, but also to do euphorias when they come up. And also, what do you need? Let's see. Do you need any of that stuff when you're bringing a character from R9 to R10? Let's see. Yeah, you do need the purple items for R10, so there's that also. I haven't been spamming the event because I still need to finish the event. That's why we're going to be doing the story today. I'm not going to use all my activity, obviously, because I'm planning on doing the story today, so I'll use my activity for that. But before we get started, I should make it so that I'm not capped. I looked up a guide on which stages to get which materials, and it's changed since I looked last. So I used to farm 2nd-3 for the Holy Silver, but now apparently it's 7th-19. Come on. I think his name is Brimley. I don't know, though. Alrighty. Just use it a little bit.
Just like real diamonds.
Just like real diamonds.
Target confirmed.
Oh, I forgot to turn on closed captioning. I'm sorry. Okay, my captions are on. Okay. I just want it to be on all the time.
Attack.
I literally have to press the start button every time I start the stream. And
on the sign break never
there's a
warns
button
about
to stop the
changes.
captions, but I never remember to click it. But even though I don't stop it, I still have to press start again next time I start the stream.
Child of science.
Stay away from me.
Just a diamond.
Anyway, the Infinity Nikki situation is really difficult. I feel a lot of guilt for streaming it and pulling on stream and, like, hyping up this game as much as I have. I feel very betrayed by the game, and it's a bad feeling. I spent all of Friday just feeling crappy about it. I wish I could get a refund on my month-long thing that I bought, the $5 thing. It's just $5, but it's like $5 more than I wish I'd given. I feel that frustrated with the company. Weekly tribute. I'm thinking about getting a garment, but they did it really tricky. The fact that there's this sale where they're doing the, minus $390 means I have to, like, get a certain one of these. As you can see, I have never bought any of these. I've only ever gotten crystal drops using the Roaring Month, but the Roaring Month is only going to give you 300. So, yeah. I do believe the farm guide still has 614 as the farming stage for the Holy Silver. Interesting, the one that I was looking at has 7 whatever instead. There might be different calculations by different people, something like that. I didn't do the 3-month pass. I saw it and I did the math and I was like, I would much rather decide month by month.
Until the torch is lit.
Especially in the light of this Infinity Nikki situation and Hoyoverse and all their crap, I don't feel like I can trust a game for 3 months. You know what I mean? If I pay for a month of a thing from this game and then something goes bad with it, at least it's just the 1 month. But if something goes bad with the game and I paid for 3 months, it'll feel even worse, I guess. I don't know. I don't like that this is how they did their sale. It forces me to do math. I find this evil and wrong. No, for real. I mean, that's kind of a lot. Most gacha is that the best deals require a lot of math. Which is why I really, really appreciate content creators that go in and do the math for us.
Naughtier than the Foundation's Guild.
It's Reverse 1999. Have they done anything bad besides the double scam banner? Infinity Nikki did basically nothing wrong up until they did the worst thing possible. This whole experience with Infinity Nikki has reminded me that you cannot trust a gacha game. You can't trust a service game to continue to be good into the future just because they've been good up until now. Because Infinity Nikki was so good. It really was. I think the only things that were bad up until now with Infinity Nikki was like, there were some bugs. What was the one that we were all talking about back in the day? I'm trying to think. I guess if I think of it, I'll bring it up. I think the only thing Reverse has done is the Brazil patch. So yeah, well, no, for me, that's 2 things. Brazil patch and the scam banners. I don't want to spread misinformation, but CN is seemingly having drama right now. I will check that out then. Oh, I wonder if it's drama related to announcements made during the thing. The broadcast. I need to do some research then. CN... I mean, it is I think it's very generalizing to say CN has drama for the stupidest things. I think it doesn't make sense to generalize and paint things with a broad brush. Things are going to be different on a case-by-case basis. That's my take on it anyway. But I will look that stuff up. I appreciate the heads up, Chameleon. Sometimes I follow content creators that are kind of on the bigger side and are less likely to bring up the drama until it's like really, really gotten bad. The ones that blow up and CN are the stupidest things. I guess that has not been my experience with gacha games, with Chinese gacha games. Let's see. Chameleon. Apparently some players have beef with one of the writers, but I tried to translate what I found on Weibo, and it seems really messy. I'm waiting for someone who can actually speak Chinese to bring us the info. I see. So this is pretty hot off the presses, very, very recent stuff. Okay, we shall keep an eye on those developments then. Drama like that is hard to hash out in a Twitch chat anyway, in my opinion. We don't have to go over the anniversary drama, Kinoku-kun. Don't worry about it. I think... No, wait. Hang on. Anything left? What did I not do? Why didn't I finish my daily activeness? Usually I'm able to bang that out with exactly what I just did. What? I guess I'll be able to do this once I do the story. Whatever. Not enough enemies, I suppose. Yeah, I'm short just 2. Or the, tube farm. I thought I did the tube farm. Did I not? No, it's there. Yeah, I already did it. 0 chances. Weird. I don't know what that is. What's this? Weekly. And then I finally am getting my head wrapped around the math in terms of what I need going forward when it comes to crystal caskets and sonorous knells. My strategy is changing now that I've decided to start bringing my R9 characters to R10. And I did all the math. So basically, getting a character to R10 requires, and this is, it's not limited to this, but specifically if we're talking about these 4 items that we see at the top of the screen right here, I just want to let you know, Moment of Dissonance, you need 15, Brief Cacophony, you need 30, Sonorous Knell, you need 5, and Crystal Casket, you need 1 of, you know, the selected one that you need. I want to say that's the same across all types of characters. Is there a lower... I remember I raised up Apple. What about Oliver Fogg? So I think it costs less for 5 stars. Right, okay. Do you run out of nails? It's the Brief Cacophonies for me. Yeah, you need 30 for a character, so it's no surprise that you're running out of Brief Cacophonies. That is for sure. Oh man, it's rough with Brief Cacophonies. I finally found a rhythm of how much to get of Brief Cacophony versus the other types. Just be like me, barely pull units. I'm gonna pull the way I want to pull. And it's less about pulling, it's more about how many characters you build at a given time, I think. Because you can pull all the units you want and then just have them on your account and not build them, and that's fine. You can just look at them. Or you can build them only part way, perhaps. But yeah. Don't sell my secret out. Which secret? Do you pull units or don't you? I did have to build a lot for 400 meter. That stinks, you know? Like, honestly, I think that kind of stinks. If I'm being real with you. Anyway, I hope everyone is having a nice day, and I hope everyone had a good weekend. It's May now. Oh, Kinoko-kun both? I see. It's all coming clear now. Now I know why Kinoko-kun is confused about my low inventory. R10 Sputnik! Oh, man, I'm on this main screen and now it's hard to go away from the main screen because the awesome vocalist is singing and I love his voice. So good. Let me just finish, listen to the chorus, and then I'll go back to where I was gonna go. I finally got a new phone after dropping the old one in the toilets. My life is fixed. Oh my god! Congratulations, new phone. Oh, that's terrifying. You know what happened to my phone? For the longest time, I never, ever, ever have experienced having a cracked screen on my phone because I always, always, always am very diligent about always having a really snug case around it, the type that protects it and stuff. But like a month or 2 ago, I just got tired of how my case on my phone was getting all gross and dirty because of the stickers I'd put on it. So I took the case off going, I'll just pick one up at the store. And of course, store doesn't have the right case for my phone, and then ADHD kicks in and doesn't have a backup plan if that didn't work. That's what happens every time. So I've been going without a case for like a month or two, and this, like, 5 days ago, I noticed that I have a teeny tiny little bit of spider web cracks forming in the top right corner of my phone. And I'm like, no! This is why I had a case on my phone that whole time. I finally put it in order on Amazon, so Jeff Bezos is getting my money, annoyingly. But I will have a case, and I can try to protect my phone from any further crackage. I think it's fine. Like, nothing is going on in that corner of the screen anyway that I would need to, like, tap it.
Kai Shinton 20 just rated with 4 viewers.
It's Kai! Hello, Kai! Welcome, welcome, everyone! Go eat some food, Kai! Otsukare-sama! You had a crazy long stream. I'm sorry I didn't actually say hello, but I was lurking. That's so funny. Kinoko-kun is showing as a raider from Kai. He's been chatting here this whole time. 6 hours! Jeez! Go to sleep after you eat. Lord. I guess you were really, really focused. Anyway, everyone, go check out Kai's stream. He tends to stream, like, I guess, on average about maybe 6 to 8 hours earlier than my streams are normally. So if that helps you plan when to check him out, go do that. You beat 350, Kai? Well, welcome. What am I talking about? Congratulations! It's really bullshit. That's what I've heard. Kinoko-kun had a really hard time also. Kinoko-kun hates how Kai made it work. Kinoko-kun! Chill the F out, man. Let people play their frickin' video games. Yay! You did it, though! I'm not past 200 yet. I've been trying and trying, and it's really frustrating, and I don't feel like it's worth that much effort, so, yeah. No, he shoves Winsong into everything. That's fine. Guess what? It's his video game. I mean, I watch Kai's stream, and I also have moments where I'm like, why doesn't he do this? And why is he not putting portraits on his characters? And I think it's funny, but I keep it to my damn self. Team building matters more than the portraits. Oh, absolutely. I'm with you there. I think it's just a fun time regardless. Oh yeah, okay. I finally remembered what I was gonna do. I ended up... What did I do? I decided to select Kakania and Tuesday for the scam banner. At least it's a selectable scam banner, but still. And I decided that because I'm not going to be pulling on Liang Yue, and there's no way I'm going to be because I don't have nearly enough pulls to guarantee her, so I can't deal with the concept of like using a bunch of pulls for her and not getting her. That's not acceptable for me. So I'm letting myself use like a 10 pull here or there for this one. Let's see. Tuesday Kakania was my same combo. Hit Tuesday twice. Oh man. Anyway, I can show you how I did. I got a 6-star on the very first 10 pull. It's definitely a scam. That's why I literally called it a scam banner. You heard me. I'm very upfront with this stuff. I'm very trying to give people the way it is. But I unfortunately did not win 50-50 and I got on Lee portrait. But it's whatever. I consider it a scam banner for 2 reasons. For one reason is the fact that the pity is locked to this banner and it doesn't go over to time-limited banners. And the other reason is that it's a double banner. That's the other part that's a scam about it. Because if I'm being honest with myself, I want Caconia more than I want Tuesday. I'll be kind of happy that I have Tuesday, but like, I have to be honest with myself. The whole point of this was because I wanted to have Caconia. So, yeah. But if you are new to this game, don't feel bad if you pull on those banners. We're not gonna be mad at you. It's fine. We're just talking about this as people who have played the game for a good amount of time. All right. I think it is... And Kai, go eat. Go eat your food. Go eat your food right now. Otherwise, I will yell until you go to eat your food. I've about given up on getting Caconia at this point. LOL. I know, same, bruh. Same. It's a 35, 35, 30. I know, it's like... Ugh. Oh, it's 70, 30? I thought it was 75, 25. Oh. Hang on. Let's get it all down and specific. Great details. It is. Yeah. I thought it was 75, but it's 70-30, so yeah, it's a 35% chance of being Caconia if you get a 6-star. First you have to get the 6-star, which is a low chance, and then you have to get a 35% chance within that. So pretty rough. And that's why you don't pull on them. That's right, Kinoko-kun. 100% valid. I don't know what is wrong with me and event stories in Reverse 1999. I'm gonna try not to yap for too much longer because I need to get this stuff done. I need to actually do the story. As you can see, I'm literally on just part 5. I did not get one bit further off stream since I last played this on stream. So I don't know what the deal is. It's been an ongoing issue with me since even before patch 2.0, I want to say. I am always dragging my feet on getting through the story. I could just do the stages. I guess. But I want to a part of me is like, oh, I want to experience those stages in the context of the story the way that the game devs meant it or something. It's because they rush us so much. I know, it feels like the moment that I started getting all like weird about playing the story was around the same time that they started with the speed up. Which is weird. It's kind of counterintuitive because previously I would play the story and I would like get through it in a few days, you know, because I'm like, ooh, what happens next in the story? Let's play the next part too. I want to know what happens. And then I would actually run out of event content before the end of the patch. So maybe it's also me trying to make the patch last or something, which I really shouldn't be doing now that they have faster patches. It's kind of weird. Anyway, yeah. Stupid gacha problems, that's all. Anyway, grab a snack, grab a beverage, get all tucked in and chillax. Let's go see what's going on in the Showdown in Chinatown. The last thing that happened was that we apprehended a guy, or it's like there was someone who was at a scene who was in the police's custody who ruined a bunch of people's lives. And one guy who was the son of a woman whose life was ruined by this guy, he showed up to attack him and we had to stop him and stuff. And our next thing we're gonna do is check out what's going on. I think... Oh, there's a loggerhead, and I think that's Ulrich. I was gonna say we were gonna go check out what's going on with the famous movie director, but it looks like we're gonna meet Loggerhead, so let's do that, I guess. Johnny 3 times. That guy. He controls people as long as he can get them to say yes 3 times, I believe. Ulrich wasn't in this patch, I believe. Okay, so that Meepo on the screen was somebody else. I was just kind of guessing.
I read an article about the conflicts between Miss Qixing and the other two
Miss
producers of the
Qixing.
CO7 series.
Oh yeah, so Ms. Qixing showed up in the last part, and she kind of helped us reprehend the guy. Apprehend the guy. And she was saying, like, you know, she wants justice to be made in the world, or something like that. The way it is in the movies. And she's like, yeah, in the real world, you know, the bad guys don't always come to justice. That's why I always loved the movies, blah, blah, blah. Something like that. Okay, he's not in the patch. Okay. I wonder who that was. I guess we shall find out. Oh, wait. Liang Yue is a big fan of Ms. Qixing from watching her movies at home or something on the TV and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if they said that Ms. Qixing is retired as an actor or not in as many movies.
Before,
I can't
I
remember.
thought it was only rumors. But now, thinking over what she said, what if it's true? What am I saying? It's ridiculous.
Then stop pouting over it, Princess. We've got work to do.
Another reason I really should have kept doing the story is that I've forgotten a lot of details. And a lot of Reverse 1999 is told using details. That's another thing I kind of struggle with in the game, is that I love the story, but you have to... I have to, like, pay attention to make sure I don't miss on details and connections and things that the story's trying to tell me. The hallway of the Laplace Rehabilitation Center Cooperative Hospital is bustling with people. Lost in thought, Liang is jolted back to reality by a firm clap to the back.
You want to bet on how many people in LA have similar arcane skills? Come on, it's a total coincidence. You don't really think they're the same person, do you? That'd be nuts. I mean, it's the Detective CO7 we're talking about. Sure, she's been retired.
Oh, she
from
did
acting
retire.
for a while, but she's like super famous. If she was gonna go all kooky and start taking out crooks like she was the real CO7,
Okay, that's what we're
why
talking
wait
about.
all this time? It's been years since her last movie, and we're only just dealing with this Night Piercer
Okay.
guy now.
So Liang Yue was already starting to consider Qixing as a suspect at this point. Which, thank goodness, she's pretty smart then. They really were setting it up to be like, okay, clearly she's the Night Piercer. It's the kind of thing where if the writers try to make something really obvious, you start to wonder if they're setting you up for a plot twist. And it's not what you expect it to be. But then you're like, well, maybe there's not a plot twist, and maybe it is set up to be this thing. And I don't know.
Besides, it's not like it's a crazy, unusual type of arcane skill. Who knows? Maybe this Night Piercer guy is a fan of Detective CO7's films too. Can't rule out anything yet.
Yeah, take that, mean police chief guy. She is smart. That's right. I remember that guy. He was a doofus. He didn't know what he was talking about. And he didn't make any sense. Not only was he mean, he was also just completely illogical. But he was in a position of power, so he gets to do whatever he wants and say whatever he wants.
Hey, you okay in there? Did I knock the wind out of you?
Sorry, I'm trying to get...
I'm fine.
I'm trying to get comfortable here in my seat because I've had a sore neck ever since yesterday morning. It was much worse yesterday, but it's still kind of meh. And I want to get nice and comfy for the story time. By the way, I can report that there is sunshine outside of... It's out. I can talk. There is sunshine outside of my window right now, and my mood is instantly perked up just from that alone. Liang shakes her head. Poitier, still bewildered and perhaps feeling a little guilty, insists that she didn't mean to hit her so hard. Not that it matters. At least the sudden smack did the trick in pulling Liang out of her spiraling thoughts. Neither the test results nor the suspect's family has arrived yet. Liang makes her way to the vending machine at the far end of the hallway, with the coins Poitier dropped in her hand as a half-hearted apology, and buys herself an orange juice. Why does it have to be orange? Reverse 1999, you can't do this to us. But that absurd thought, that ridiculous guess from earlier, still refuses to leave her mind.
Forget it. Just like you said, it doesn't make any sense.
All attempts to push the thought from her mind are failing. That is, until a frantic voice cuts through the air. Is it
But you're
Loggerhead?
injured, ma'am.
Oh.
You can't just leave.
Oh. Who's ma'am?
I'm totally fine.
It's
just a
Loggerhead!
tiny smidge of damage. I can fix it myself.
You call a broken arm a smidge? Need to let us treat it immediately.
What's going on here?
The doctor recognizes her uniform immediately.
Are you a vigil? Could you help me stop this girl? She's trying to leave with a broken arm. She was in an accident, but since she's woken up, she's refused to let us examine anything. She might not be our normal kind of patient, but we're doctors. We can't let someone leave when they need immediate medical attention.
A vigil? I'm in a hurry now. I'm gonna miss my bus.
Beneath the girl's clothing, the exposed skin has a cold metallic sheen. That must be what the doctor meant by not our normal kind of patient. Liang notices the emblem on her chest, marking her as an employee of the St. Pavlov Foundation. How odd that she'd have such a panicked reaction at the sight of a vigil.
There'll be another bus, but you only have one buddy. You should listen to the doctor. Sit down and wait until you're cleared to leave. Please show us your ID so that the doctor can give you treatment.
For a few stiff seconds, the girl's mechanical head freezes in place. Then, in a movement almost too fast to follow, it snaps up.
Look! A hamster riding a stethoscope!
I'm sorry? But that aside, so is the badge on Loggerhead's on the front of her shirt here, is that the St. Pavlov Foundation icon? Or something? Anyway, here she is! I love this design so much. I love her hair, too. Oh, you'll find out soon enough. Okay. Nice. I'm trying to figure out if my noise suppression thing is working properly. I feel like it's not filtering out as much noise as it normally does, but whatever. Look, a hamster riding a stethoscope.
A hamster what?
The bizarreness of these words leaves Liang no choice but to glance in the pointed direction, only to confirm, of course, that there is no hamster nor a stethoscope in sight.
Now! Wait!
She's so normal, actually, Liang Yue, you do not know what you're talking about. Oh, panicked Foundation staff. Okay, I guess I won't think too much about it, and I'll just run in here. It's an easy fight anyway. Wah! Why are you chasing me? The hamster's over that way. I need you to cooperate. Stop right there. Oh, officer, watch out. Don't run through the corridor like that. You almost knocked me over. Sorry, ma'am. Phew, I need to be more careful. Keep my arms and legs in check. Avoid hitting civilians, and stay clear of all this equipment.
I admire your perfectly understanding that. Hard scale. Keep calm. Time to check my calculation. I don't remember having a reason to worry.
Okay. This is nice. I'm happy to be playing this game right now. It is a fun time.
It could be found. Given that... It could be found. Intersect and divide. Are you irrational numbers? Huh. Intersect and divide.
Oh. Wait. Oh! I failed! Be mindful of passersby and avoid attacking patients. Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
An order is an order.
Just as what's been
Please beat the drums.
Okay, I getcha. And this is a patient. Do not harm him. Yeah,
I
okay.
believe in you. I will remember your sacrifice.
By the way, look, they fixed it. When I mouse over the attack cards, it doesn't do the thing it did before. And if I want to read the cards, I just right-click it. I much prefer that.
Never hold back.
So long lives this, and this gives power to thee.
Kinokukun, what platform do you play Reverse 1999 on?
I don't remember having a reason to worry.
Someone is still standing.
A sword sharp. I believe in you.
You play on PC? Oh. Oh, when it stopped you didn't notice. Okay. Okay, I hit a patient. Is that fail? Did you guys run into this too?
Waking up an old factory man.
Why are none of you warning me about how tricky this one is? Oh. This time it worked? As long as I don't take him out. Okay. Sonetto just fucking killed that guy. Oh.
Sorry, I'm after a...
Oh, you were using Liang. You didn't know how she worked. I see. Well, I didn't understand the win condition, I guess. I forgot to turn my phone off, of course. The sound thingy. One moment. There we go. The hospital's narrow hallways are hardly suitable for a chase, and Leon quickly finds her path blocked by a supply cart. By the time she's made it past, the mechanical-headed girl has disappeared. Her metal chameleon communication device, issued by the Division of Arcane Affairs, gives off its distinctive chime.
Hey, Rookie, where did you go? Get back here. The medical report is ready, and Mr. Wong's family just arrived.
Understood. How's Mr. Wong doing?
There's a long pause on the other end of the line.
It's not pretty.
Mr. Wong is lying unconscious on the hospital bed, looking haggard. His breathing is labored and raspy, like wind rattling through a hollowed-out log.
How? What happened to him? He seems completely normal this morning.
Her legs go weak. Were it not for the man supporting her, she might have collapsed entirely.
Please relax, Miss Wong. We have to wait and see what the doctor says.
You again.
Portier instantly recognizes him, one of the Division of Arcane Affairs' least welcome and regular visitors.
Right. You're the local arcane private eye, aren't you, Joe? Are you commissioned by the victim?
What?
The man's eyes widen in surprise before shooting Portier a venomous glare.
Unlike some taxi leeches out there, I actually help people in need. I don't charge a fee when it comes to my neighbors.
Sorry.
He clearly has no interest in arguing at a time like this. He lets out a cold snort and turns to the doctor with a questioning look.
Miss Liang has cleared the unknown arcane skill that was afflicting him. His physical condition is stable, but I fear there may be some long-term effects on his mind. He seems to be suffering from a severe thought and memory disorder. It would be best to keep him asleep.
Doctor,
keep him asleep?
When will he wake up? Can I speak to him?
For now, we suggest against it. It may cause him additional distress to see someone familiar to him. We fear there might be memory loss.
What? How? What should I do now? With this mother gone, I can't take any more of this.
Madam.
The woman looks as though all the strength has been drained from her body as she slumps into a nearby chair. The young opens her mouth to offer comfort, but can't seem to find the right words. Whew. Joe's gaze sweeps past Portier before settling on Liang.
Who's a little China's kid? Did the DAA give you a sidekick to do your job for you? Forget it, Listen, if you are not going to do your best to help these people, then it's better you just stay out of my way.
It looks like he's got some kind of papers in his pocket. I wonder if they're arcanist tools or something? It looks like the AAL ones. Oh, yeah. Liang looks to Portier with a questioning gaze. Portier shakes her head and sighs, gesturing for her to come closer before handing over the hospital's diagnosis.
When they first brought him in, there were remnants of the arcanum riddled through his body. It might have gone a long way to proving he wasn't in control of himself. But I guess anything definitive has already faded away. The doctors couldn't isolate a cause.
Oh.
Worst case scenario, they might not believe us and have this poor guy shoved off to the funny farm.
Wait, I'm trying to remember what happened. Liang clenches her fists and looks toward the woman curled up in the hospital chair, quietly sobbing. She looks so small against the oversized seat. Finally, Liang steps forward and crouches beside the chair. After a brief hesitation, she reaches out and places a hand over the woman's. Joe looks surprised.
Madam, please. You need to stay strong for your husband. They've brought in some of the best doctors from the Laplace Rehab Center. If there is anyone that can help him, it'll be them.
In a way, it is a promise with no real guarantee, a statement that could almost be considered a lie. But even lies have value when a person needs to hear them. The woman hastily wipes her tear-streaked face and lifts her head.
He said that he was going to buy produce from the wholesalers. But I couldn't reach him. And then the police called. My husband is a good man. Everyone knows that. He would never do something like this.
Can I just say, I think the casting for this woman is perfect. I've never heard a voice like this come out of a video game and sound like a real person quite like this. It's really good.
Please, miss. You have to help us.
The woman grasps Liang's hand tightly in hers, her fingers trembling. Her hands are gentle yet rough, etched with years of hard work, the kind of hands earned through long days and nights of striving for a better life. In her palm, she can feel the woman's desperate, burning warmth. It is so hot. She feels it could scorch her. Liang takes a deep breath.
You can rely on us, ma'am. We'll find out the truth behind this. I promise you.
I really like this scene. I can't remember what happened to this guy. Can anyone give me a summary of what went down? I thought we just kind of apprehended him and that was that. But I guess something happened and I just forgot all about it. She gives the woman's hand a firm, reassuring squeeze.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
The stills are great. Look at that. It's a really simple still in this case, but it's communicating the mood perfectly. He was either trying to rob the bank or to attack the crook. I forgot. He was trying to attack the crook who was in police custody at the time. I remember that part, but then I can't remember what happened to him and what made him end up in this hospital. Oh yeah, he was like, something was weird about him and it had been going on even before he showed up. And they were like, oh, his eyes look weird. So maybe that's what this is.
You are our only hope. Please.
That being a kind of nebulous concept right now, but sometimes a lie can become the truth. All it takes is someone willing to make it so. Yeah, he was attacking the guy because of what the guy did to his mother. The door to the ward is shut behind them. After a moment of silence, Poitier tilts her head.
Rookie mistake, Princess. Never make a promise about something you don't get to decide on.
I'm sorry, Miss Poitier, but I only mean...
Hold it. I didn't say we weren't gonna do our best.
Aww. The words she was about to say no longer serve any purpose. Instead, Liang does something Poitier has never seen her do before. She smiles.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Not so fast. We still need some solid evidence if we're gonna crack this case.
But where to begin? It seems like there are no obvious clues beyond what we were seeing. Mr. Wong had no enemies, and was
besides
well
that
loved
crook.
in his community.
Johnny
If that's the
three
case,
times.
then it can't be a simple motivation. Still, something sticks out to me. When I ask about any recent events or happenings, it wasn't Mrs. Wong that answered. It was...
Yeah, it's implied that he was really not acting like himself. Okay. But I don't remember why he passed out besides us beating him up. Right. Okay. Poitier already knows where this is going.
Joe, our private eye with a chip on his shoulder against the DAA.
Yes. He mentioned that there have been strange things going on around LA's Chinatown recently. According to my notes, he mentioned there were children that suddenly became distant and unresponsive.
Oh.
Young men that began showing signs of memory loss. And an otherwise healthy elder that rapidly developed signs of dementia.
What notes did you... Where did you get those notes?
Empty despondence towards family and friends. Memory loss. It all sounds very familiar to Mr. Wong's condition.
Oh, memory loss, right.
But no one thought to bring the matter to the police. I also spoke with the nurses here. They said they've also noticed an increase in patients from Chinatown complaining of confusion and memory loss. I guess once again, no one thought it was serious enough for our attention.
Portier's expression darkens.
Well, what you thinking, Cadet? Are all these cases related? If it's as widespread as you're making it out to be, we might be in over our heads.
Even so, I think we can't overlook it as a possibility. Arcane skills that directly affect the mind are rare, but they do exist. I've read of similar cases in the Vigil's archive. One of them, as I recall, had very similar symptoms to what we're seeing here.
How convenient. Liang's brow furrows.
However, if there were some criminal intention behind all of these symptoms, what could it be? Or could it be an accident? Maybe a child with a powerful arcane skill who can't control it. Or some unregulated and dangerous arcane objects. We can't draw any conclusions without more evidence.
The two officers look troubled. Then, as if something has clicked in her mind, Portier's face lights up.
Arcane objects. Isn't there a department in the Foundation that stores and records dangerous arcane materials?
Yes, at the headquarters of the Foundation. And its official name is the Arcanum Containment Department.
Another name to remember. Oh.
Voilà. Je crois que je suis arrivée.
I believe I am here.
C'est bien plus lumineux et
It is much
spacieux que je
brighter and
n'avais
more
imaginé.
spacious than I expected. Matilda! Baby girl. The most baby girl in the game, possibly. I don't know how realistic it is, but the writing and world building feels super grounded. It's a real improvement from previous patches. I like it too. I think it's going pretty nicely. It's very grounded. Like, it's almost towing the line of being maybe even a little boring, but I don't think it's quite boring. I think it still is engaging, and especially the stuff that went down in part 3 and 4 just now, or 4 and 5, I mean. That made me go, whoa, what the heck is going on? Oh, Kinoko-kun wants it to be less normal? I see. I can see where you're coming from. Saving lives. He's a doctor who loves his job. Seeing you hurt gets him a little giddy, that's all. The Laplace Rehab Center welcomes you. You'd think I could learn how to pronounce that word after playing this game for a year and a half, but oh well. We are the world's leading hospital. World's leading hospital specializing in arcane, whether you are suffering from arcanum-related injuries, cursed with bad luck, transforming more and more into a beetle with each passing morning. Uh-oh, the fly. Suddenly recalling your past life as a pharaoh. The Laplace Rehabilitation Center is committed to giving you the best treatment available. Don't worry whether it's covered by insurance. To thank you for contributing to medical advancements. What? We're contributing to medical advancements by being a patient? Heyo. We offer discounts and subsidies based on the rarity of your condition. Each rare condition gets you a flat 60% discount. If you're simultaneously bitten by a vampire and dragon while dissolving into an oil painting, but you're somehow still alive, then that's right, your treatment will be free, and we'll even pay you 80% of the treatment cost as a bonus. Thank you for supporting the Laplace Rehabilitation Center. Helping you helps us help everyone. Oh, Semmel, was she bitten by a vampire and a dragon? And was she dissolved into an oil painting? I can't remember her stuff. It's been so long. Interesting. Voices on the street. Is that Ms. Qixing over there? It looks like a friendly chat is in order. Street interviews. Last night, the Night Piercer struck again, attacking the convoy transporting the infamous Johnny 3 times. 2 officers were knocked unconscious during the attack. However, Johnny 3 times was seriously injured and remains in critical condition. Insiders say citizens clashed with the convoy earlier that day due to dissatisfaction over Johnny 3 times light sentencing. Later that night, the Night Piercer struck, seemingly enacting vigilante justice on behalf of Johnny 3 times victims. Public support for the Night Piercer has grown since. Wait, what? Did we see that happen? Or they're letting us know that this happened? And although it's already been a day since the attack, crowds still gather at the scene. We're here to hear what the people on the street have to say. Serves him right! That scumbag deserves a prickly end! I think following the law is important, but honestly, the way Johnny 3 times got such a light sentencing feels off. Oh, me? Are you asking me? Oh, sorry, miss. You haven't happened to see CO67, have you? Oh, no reason. I thought this was one of those prank interviews they've been doing lately. How should I put this? Sorry, but someone in my position isn't really allowed to comment on politics. What? What? What is all that about? I have not seen the new ending in the roguelike, and I'm not super invested in it. But I will see it eventually, I'm sure. Secret Warrant, Part 6.
Des armoires.
Cabinets, cabinets, more cabinets.
Qui est responsable ici?
Who's in charge here? I was under the impression this was an important department, no? Where is the security? The ever-curious Matilda weaves her way through the rows of filing cabinets. She has read about this department in books detailing the Foundation's history. The department contains all new unknown objects which have produced dangerous or mysterious arcane phenomenon. Some even say it contains every arcane mystery, solved and unsolved, that has ever been recorded. But of course, the biggest mystery of all time, the storm, still defies them. As it does for us all. It seems with every department turned to the study of the storm, there is little time to spare for these more trivial puzzles. I love you, Matilda. Your French will never not confuse me. I know, right? Every time she starts speaking in French, I'm like, wait, she's not saying the words that are in the captions. Oh, that's because it's not English. Oh, every single time. Her footsteps echo through the empty department, and the odd sense that she's being watched settles over her. Silence can be comforting, but it can also be unsettling. A breeding ground for loneliness dredging up long-buried unease. I wonder how Mama is doing. But MC said she would keep an eye on her, but still no updates. What does that mean? What does that mean? Give us more details, Matilda. She finds herself pausing, her gaze lowering to the ground. But only for a moment. No, bring yourself together, Matilda Boigny. This is your mama, the greatest mother of all time. What could possibly have gone wrong? Like, I wish the story would be a little bit more clear. What is Matilda worried about? Does she know what happened? Or does she just know that she hasn't heard from her mom in a while? Or, like, what? With renewed confidence, she picks up her pace, her pale ponytail bouncing behind her. Now, her most outstanding daughter runs an important errand for the Foundation, unlike some others who have dedicated their valuable time to a vacation in the name of reviving the Uluru Games. Still, one must hope they will succeed in making the games as grand and sublime as they say they were in the distant past, or else. Do you remember the end of 2.0? I remember that there was a scene where Matilda's mama is at home and it's implied that she's about to be attacked by shadowy figures or something. I can't remember the details, but I remember that being vaguely implied, but I don't know how much information characters know or how much we know. How much the narrator said. Just as she passes another set of shelves, something catches her eye.
Everything's fine here. Now on to the next row.
Cutie!
Oh, this is one of my favorites.
She's got a pocket on her arm.
An excellent question, miss. See that serial number on it?
Cutie patootie.
AN003. A water sample from the Peilin River. Number 003. There are hundreds of thousands of samples, collections, and records here. But no matter who you ask, this particular one will always make their top list.
Oh, yeah?
Collected in a remote city in China. When the investigators arrived, they found that it had been isolated in time. All its inhabitants dressed and lived as if they were from the late Tang Dynasty.
It's Pei City? Is that it? Pei City, I think?
Unaware of the state of the world beyond their lands. As if trapped in a time capsule from the forgotten past.
Oh, wow. This is cool.
Oh.
Neat. The liquid inside the vial is clear and pristine, less like river water and more like a perfectly liquefied gemstone. Tilda can't help but stare in fascination.
How is that possible?
But how is that? Oh.
Did no one ever leave the city? Not even to travel or do business?
You're a clever one, miss. Yes, it seems the investigators were confused too. In the end, they realized that an arcane skill was affecting the Peilin River.
Ooh.
Sadly, it seems the arcane energy was dissipating by the time they arrived, and they weren't able to figure out its cause. This is the only sample they were able to recover. Laplace has been begging for access to it. They're eager to unravel the mystery.
I freaking love this game when it does stuff like this. When it's like, I feel like when stuff happens in RPG gacha games, sometimes you don't revisit those things later. I feel like Genshin Impact does a good job of revisiting stuff later, but like Honkai Star Rail, it feels like stuff just kind of disappears after you move on to the next patch. I don't know if that's because, oh, it's space, you know, everything's so far apart, but that doesn't make any sense. They have technology. Anyway, I think that's great. That's really cool. It makes you feel like rewarded for continuing to play and all that stuff if you played the event a year ago. That's great.
Wow, that is indeed a most intriguing claim.
It's not just a claim, miss. It's real. Wait. Miss Matilda Boaniche?
Uh-huh. The careless young staff member only now seems to have fully recognized Matilda's presence.
You've heard of me?
No, you're supposed to say it, but of course, it is me.
Who hasn't heard of the Boaniches and their star investigator daughter? Didn't you know that everyone's been talking about you since you joined the Foundation?
Oh, are they? It's not just you?
Actually,
I thought you were a
my
fangirl.
mother and I went to visit you. Oh, but I haven't introduced myself.
Eh? Went to visit
Constance
Matilda?
Scott. I'm a fellow graduate from SPDM.
Constance Scott.
Of course, now, I'm just a record keeper here.
You're a cutie patootie. It doesn't seem like false modesty. Every top student of the SPDM was granted the honor of having their name inscribed in the school's Hall of Fame, but Matilda has never once come across the name Scott.
Actually, I've been looking for you as well, Miss Scott. Commissioner Pedra asked me to give this to you.
Oh. What is it?
A letter? What's it about?
I couldn't say, but he had a most unpleasant look about him as he gave it to me. Then he asked me to review my report on the events in San Francisco. Are you alright? Your face has grown quite pale.
I'm fine. I just have a bad feeling I know what I'm about to read.
Oh. How mysterious. Having bid farewell to Matilda, Scott makes her way to the secluded room within the department, the letter clutched in her hand. She carefully closes the door behind her, and, with one last glance around the room, opens the envelope. A single sheet of paper floats out from within, one carrying a heavy message.
The investigation has been concluded. Unfortunately, their findings were exactly as we feared. The suspect must be apprehended ASAP, and all efforts must be made to retrieve this arcane object before either cause further trouble.
The suspect.
You must leave immediately. Her last reported sighting was in Chinatown, Los Angeles.
Oh. And that was a letter from Pedra. That sounds familiar. I can't remember much, but I remember that the name Pedra is familiar. Again with the oranges! Give us a break,
could
game.
you say that again? Ji Ma Wu? And that means paper horse dance? Okay, I got it.
Sure. Hey, shopkeeper, got any shiuloku left? No? Then give me a piece of char siu and some bak chee gai, please.
Daddy, look! There's a dragon on the floor! That's totally cool!
People speaking many languages meet and weave around each other on the crowded avenue. Leong wanders among them, stopping every now and then to take it all in.
Welcome to Chinatown. How do you like it?
Yes, it does give me a certain sense of nostalgia. Do you come here often, Miss Boydier?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, outside of work, it's been a while. 3 years or so.
Only once in 3 years? I don't think you can consider that often.
Woodier waves a hand, glancing down the lively streets on either side.
Yeah, well, it's a fun place for a day trip, sure. But things are different when you put on the uniform. Remember that private eye back at the hospital, Joe? You can get an impression about how people see the police around here from him.
You mean that the residents here don't cooperate with the Arcane Affairs Division?
Well, it's complicated. There's a lot of language and cultural barriers. Folks here just don't turn to the police to solve their problems. Even when they do, we feel like we have no idea where to start. The thing that surprised me the most was how arcanists of all kinds and humans live so closely together here. I guess it's the same in China, isn't it? I remember this one time we had a call about a break-in. When we got there, it turned out the shopkeeper was a big white bird as tall as I am. And this other time, we're chasing down a
Wait, what does that mean?
For some lame-ass puppeteer. Anyways, so I asked an old lady if she'd seen a doll nearby. You know what she said? Well, I don't know what she said, but she started going off about me being a Laowai. Now give me some credit. I might not speak Chinese, but I do know Laowai means foreigner. So excuse me? Like, I'm American, baby. Born and raised.
Sorry.
Liang knows she should remain serious, but she can't help but be tickled by Poitier's indignation. Poitier shoots her a glare, but then heaves a quiet sigh.
That's not even the half of it. The thing is, I don't hate it here. Although I can't say I love Chinatown very much either. To be honest, most of us on the force haven't found a way to make inroads with the people here.
If that's the problem, why don't we try to understand things step by step? Maybe then we can start fresh? We're here anyway.
Leong turns back and examines the archway at the beginning of the road. They've already been in this other world for a while.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. If we're gonna get anywhere, then we'll have to start here. But we need to check another task off our list first.
They cross the street and turn into a narrow alleyway.
Should be right there, down the alley. Feeling excited, rookie? We're about to pay a visit to your favorite director, Noir.
Hey, it's time!
Favorite? What? No. I just like the movies, that's all. I've got no specific feelings for the director.
Leon can't hold back her rebuttal, but under Poitier's teasing gaze, she stops herself.
Maybe just a little. I am curious about the mind of the director behind such great movies. But this is strictly a police matter, so I will act with professional self-restraint. Actually, I've made a request with the Vigil's intelligence branch for a file on Director Noah and any related events. We should get it soon.
You've got a file on her already? Feels like you're going a bit overboard, Rookie. It wasn't actually the director that called us. Her assistant did. Later on, Noir herself contacted us and said the so-called threat was just a misunderstanding.
What?
Normally, we'd leave it at that. There's too much real crime out there to bother with a case where the victim doesn't think anything happened. Still, according to dispatch, the assistant was real spooked over it. The operator got the feeling we should give it a second look, so they kept the file open. But look, this is just a follow-up and an excuse to come down here. So keep your mind on the real mission.
Got it, ma'am.
The scene from the Division of Arcane Affairs yesterday flashes across Liang's mind. After leaving the hospital, they immediately return to the report to report their findings and highlight the dangers lurking behind Chinatown's strange events. But the higher-ups had a different take on things.
It's been reassigned to the local precinct.
Poitier stands in the doorway to the deputy chief's office and shakes her head. Liang immediately catches the subtle shift in her expression.
What's wrong? What does that mean?
Nothing, kid. It's just most of the force aren't trained to deal with arcane crimes. Don't get me wrong. They're good, capable officers, but I'm worried. If this was any other case, I'd keep my mouth shut. But come on, this is clearly our department. This case has Arcanum all over it.
Yeah.
I don't think they know what they're getting into.
Feels like a cover-up, honestly. For a brief moment, neither speaks. Then Liang's eyes light up.
Miss Poitier, I have an idea. What if we...
We prioritize Noir's case, which just happens to put us in Chinatown, so there's no harm in asking a few questions about our other investigation.
I see.
I knew there
so
was a
sneaky.
little rebel in you, Liang. You like to bend the rules, just not break them. Am I right?
Not too often. Actually, I think we're obliged to take Miss Noah's case seriously, even if it wouldn't help us with the other case. Please wait a minute. It's my communication device.
Liang pulls out the communication device, often criticized by Foundation employees for being too bulky. Poitier leans in to get a better look. Her chameleon comm, perched on her chest, stretches its neck in curiosity. That's funny.
SPF-1 portable contact device activated. You've received a new message. Downloading attachment. Download complete. Please check your mailbox.
Message? What's it about?
It's from the intelligence department. They've found her records. Miss Noah is registered with the Foundation. There might be something in her files that can provide us some clues.
Okay. She opens the pinned email and scans through the attached files. Her expression turns serious.
Wait, is this...
To be continued. Okay, piece together. Humans are natural editors, piecing together an ideal memory from mere fragments. Ooh, I like that. Reconstructing idealized memories. Although I don't usually keep a journal, I had to record today's encounter. I met the great Miss Matilda Boynich. I still remember that summer. My mother lectured me for an hour before we left, and then another hour during our journey. I thought I was following her instructions perfectly. I was dressed perfectly neat, my greetings were memorized word for word. But the moment I met the Boynichs, I froze solid, too nervous to say anything. Even adults can get stage fright, so how was it fair to give her own daughter the cold shoulder to it? A smile or a pat on the back from Mother was all I needed to finish my greeting without fumbling. Thank goodness for Lady Barrow. She saw what happened, and her gracious words salvaged the situation. I didn't disappoint my mother after that. I'm sure of it, because the rest of my memories of that visit were pleasant. Lady Barrow's warm smile and Matilda's energetic chatter. Matilda could be as noisy as she liked and still win her mother's approval. How I envied that so much. Aww. But Lady Barrow, for some reason, I can't remember what she looked like. Now I understand Latham's frustration. Being Matilda's mother, I could imagine a matured, refined version of Matilda, minus the childish energy and, oh, right, without the hooked nose. That's my mother's trait. I see. Okay. Very interesting set of parts there. I wonder if this stuff, if everything's going to be coming together at some point. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, I think I'm going to take that break right there as an opportunity to take a break myself. I will get up and use the restroom and get something to drink. I recommend you all do the same as well. And let's meet back here in just a few minutes. Alright, so be right back. The main menu music is so good. I cannot help but rock out. Well, that time when I was going through the story, I was kind of using auto to play through each line. But I think this time I might actually click through it. And I wonder if that'll just shave off a little bit of time for how long it takes. We shall see. Also, I am very curious how we're going to get to a point where Liang Yue is actually one of the martial arts stunt people in the movie, because that's what it looked like in the trailer, but here she's showing up and investigating. Okay. If y'all are ready, I'm going to dive on in to Part 7, Rookie Actor's Guide. Remember, keep the cameras hidden. That's the secret. What?
Whose is this? It's blocking the camera sightlines. Get it out of the way. When are we coming in? We've been waiting forever. I wish I brought a chair.
What's going on? Are they filming another movie? Do you see anyone famous?
At the end of the alley, in an old abandoned house filled with camera equipment, crew members and actors go about their business, drawing curious glances from passersby. One particular figure catches Liang's attention, someone strangely familiar.
Oh, is that today's lunch? Mind if I take a look?
It's Loggerhead!
Fine. That's that odd person I saw at the hospital. She works for the Foundation.
Who? You mean Camerahead over there? What do you mean by odd? You think she could be a fake?
No, she's a real Foundation member. I checked her information as well when I inquired about Miss Noah's file. Her name is Latham, an awakened arcanist, currently working in the Arcanum Containment Department. I wasn't given any access to her details, but based on our encounter, we should have no problem with her.
Good. Fine. I'm happy enough leaving the Awakened to their quirkiness.
She isn't their top priority. Liang knows that. She pushes aside that odd feeling for now, following Poitier through the crowd and onto the set.
What do you mean she hasn't eaten yet? Director Noir's doctor was explicit that she's not allowed to skip any meals. Oh,
what?
Hello, officers. How can I help you?
The well-dressed woman walks over to them.
We received a call from a Lin Wang. Did you make a report about some unknown person making physical threats and stalking Miss Noir?
Yes, that's right. I'm Lin. But...
Upon hearing their purpose, Lin hesitates, glancing uncertainly over to one end of the set.
We did it! Abby, you're here!
Cut!
At this single command, the actors freeze in place.
No. I'm afraid we'll have to roll that again.
I'm sorry, Director.
The young actor's body stiffens instantly. Based on where he's standing, it's clear that he is only a background character in this scene. But Noir, seated on her throne-like wheelchair, the overseer of everything, didn't miss his mistake, no matter how minor it was.
Not at all. I just want more emotion this time. She's your true love, but you have been apart for a long time. Things are different now. She is. You are. Your reunion must be more complex. It isn't simply happiness you feel. You must mix that emotion with worry and guilt. She doesn't know anything about what happened to you.
You can't help but worry that she will never be able to understand you. You wonder if she has got herself into any troubles. I know this is a short scene, but the audience must see a full range of emotions. You are capable of more, so be more.
She's so cool.
I know you attended drama school, so let's see that training shine. I know you can do it.
Yes, Director! I will try my best!
Simply being noticed by the famous director is enough to leave him visibly flustered. He immediately straightens up, shedding his nervous stance from moments before.
Good. Let's roll it again.
Excuse me, Director Noir.
Seizing this moment before the next take, the assistant swoops in and whispers something to Noir. Noir glances toward the two officers, her face betraying no emotion. It's impossible to tell what she's thinking.
For someone that famous, you think I'd have known she uses a wheelchair. How you feeling? Finally getting a chance to meet your favorite director. Thrilled?
Poitier nudges Liang with her elbow, tilting forward a little as she teases her. But when she sees Liang's face, she pauses.
What's with the long face, kid? Where'd all your excitement go? Oh, is it about the message you got?
Yes. It's just something that's bothering me.
Before Liang can explain, the subject of their discussion rolls toward them in her wheelchair.
Thanks for coming, officers. But I believe I've already explained that this was all just a misunderstanding. As you can see, I'm in perfect health. Well, ignoring these two.
She pats her legs with a cheerful laugh. It seems the director has no qualms about her physical condition, though it's hardly the kind of joke anyone else can comfortably laugh along to.
But according to your assistant, there's been someone stalking you for months, and they've recently sent you a threatening letter. So what? That all just misunderstandings too?
I'm terribly sorry for inconveniencing you, officers. Lin is a very dedicated assistant, always looking out for me. She may have just overreacted to my situation.
You didn't explain anything, though.
I don't mean to brag, but I've been in the limelight for long enough that I've seen my share of crazy fans. I'm used to it.
Sure, I get that. But about that letter you received, do you still have it?
Nora lets out a wry chuckle and shakes her head.
I'm afraid I don't have it anymore. I received so many letters. Most of them friendly, some of them not so much friendly. I've made a name in this industry, and a few enemies too. If I paid any attention to the negativity, it only dragged me down. I tend not to keep the bad ones around.
I love the cute doll. That's so good. I think it's hilarious that she has a frickin' camera light on her chair.
Well, I'm sure you would do a fine job keeping me safe, officers. I can't let myself worry over it. Besides, what are they going to do? Break my kneecaps? Frankly, the only thing I am worried about is that your presence is another distraction for my crew.
She casts a grateful and perhaps apologetic look around the set.
So, it's very much appreciated that you went out of your way to check in on me. But I have a movie to make. I can't disappoint my fans. Now, if you'll excuse me, we're burning daylight and I still have 4 more scenes to film. These Hollywood producers may have opened doors for me, but they also give me so many problems lately.
She smiles at the officers as if to signal the conversation's end.
Is this really just because of her movie?
Nora has already begun to turn her wheelchair away, but Liang stops her in her tracks.
Pardon me?
You seem to be refusing our assistance because you've decided this threat is only a harmless prank. You've decided that it's worth the risk to focus on your film. I don't mean to judge your decision. It may be understandable in some cases.
She moves closer, lowering her voice as she leans in to deliver the next sentence in a hushed voice.
But if this threat is not just a prank, if it is serious...
Am I sensing disapproval?
Nora narrows her eyes a little and raises a hand to halt her approaching assistant. This is a good sign. Liang has earned the chance to talk for at least a little longer. She pushes aside her conflicting emotions and carries on in a voice only the two of them can hear.
There has been an increase in patients coming from Chinatown showing signs of mental instability.
Noir was just badly timed? Hmm? What do you mean about badly timed? Oh, you're talking about... okay. I'm in the story right now. But...
Their symptoms include confusion, amnesia, drowsiness, and volatile anger. None of the patients seem to have anything in common. No prior history, all without a clear cause. Does that sound familiar?
Sorry. Is this leading somewhere?
After a moment of thought, Noir shakes her head, her calm face carrying a perfectly measured hint of confusion.
A case. 8 years ago. He Rijun, the scriptwriter for your first big hit, Detective CO7. She burned to death in her own house.
He Rijun.
However, the cleaners found a film reel in the debris. Surprisingly intact after the fire.
What? Let's see. A scriptwriter for the very first Detective CO7. 8 years ago. Young has been watching Noir's every expression. She doesn't miss the fleeting shift in her eyes at the mention of the film reel.
Strange, isn't it? Every other item was burnt to ash, yet this one 8mm reel was as good as new. The cleaners felt the same way. So, being curious, they played the reel. 3 of the 5 who watched it ended up in an asylum.
Oh
One
gosh.
jumped from a building, and the last, according to the reports, became like an empty shell of the person.
It's The Ring! They watched The Ring!
And what's happening here reminds you of that?
There are some commonalities between the cases. I can't ignore the possibility that they are related. 2 in particular stand out to me. The similar symptoms of those affected. And you, hard to shake the thought that these are not coincidences.
Whispers spark among the crew as they eye this secret conversation.
What are the police still here for? Are we gonna get back to filming? Who knows? But it doesn't seem good. We are losing light here. Can these guys wrap it up already?
You're filming inside! What are you talking about? Maybe they're talking about the light outside the window. Or something. These murmurs, of course, don't escape Noir's and Liang's notice. When she speaks again, Noir's tone is far more direct.
Is that an accusation?
No, not at all. I'm just hoping you might be able to shed some light on our case. After our initial investigation, we officially recorded it as an ominous Arcanum incident and determined that the cause was that 8mm film reel, which contained a film titled Reunion of the 3 Swallows.
Reunion of the 3 Swallows.
To this day, however, the exact nature of the Arcanum hasn't been conclusively determined. We still aren't sure why it has this strange effect on people's minds, nor why the damage appears to be irreversible. Perhaps more importantly, we still don't know the origin behind the Arcanum on the reel. There are many possible causes that might create such an effect. One of the most common thought is from absorbing powerful emotions from an Arcanist. The darkest emotions possess the strongest power. Anger, hatred, emotions so strong that they can outlast their bearer's death. Like a curse from beyond the grave, carrying out their last will as an obsession.
That sounds very cinematic.
And in such cases, these objects are sure to lead to disaster. I believe that this film is, undoubtedly, one such cursed item. If it is the case that this film was involved in these new incidents, then we must find out what obsession it's carrying out and find a countermeasure.
I assume you're already on the case.
Indeed, I am, Miss Noah. I've been studying the report on the original case, including some of the theories of the original investigator. One of the theories suggests that, despite your collaboration on the CO7 series, there were many points of conflict between you and Miss He.
Oh.
In fact, the reports mention you had a violent quarrel with her on the day of the fire. There was even a question about whether you might have been responsible for her death. So, as you can see, I have more than a strong reason to believe you are connected. And if this cursed reel is behind these recent incidents, I'm afraid that you may be the intended target of this curse.
Oh. That was a lot of stuff that got revealed just now. Golly. Liang Yue just had that in her back pocket. Okay, I definitely want to keep going there. After all that. Part 8, post-lunch questioning.
Hot damn, Rookie. Who could have guessed the famous director would be a part of her own real-life thriller? After talking to her, we still got nothing useful to go on. I can't read anything behind that smiling face of hers. But if your little theory has got any truth to it, then Noir is in real danger. So why not talk? Isn't she worried about her own life?
Kinokukun. Not the post-lunch. Harassing after a meal should be a crime. Well, maybe harassing should be a crime, just on its own. Portier channels her frustration into her food, devouring most of the meal in the blink of an eye. As she swallows the last shrimp dumpling, she turns to look at Liang, who is busy chatting with the restaurant owner. You mean the grocer's daughter has also? Yeah. So many things happened around the neighborhood. It's crazy. But the Lus are lucky. They took their daughter to a good local doctor, and she got better. But the other family down the road aren't so lucky. Their grandma was already so weak from arthritis, and now she's gone crazy. She's probably gonna drive them crazy too. You know what? Another girl, she asked around about this too. If I had to guess, it's because of those evil spirits. Things are never easy before the Joshua Festival. Another girl? Do you know who she is? She said she's an exorcist from the Neoscience something exorcism office and is new here in Chinatown. She gave me a fancy business card, but I don't know where it is now. I see. Thank you very much. It's Anan Lee! As Liang returns to her seat, Portier shoots her a questioning look.
So, any progress?
I have some bad news. First, there are more victims than we expected. Second, we're not the only ones who've noticed. We need to hurry if we don't want this case to attract wider attention.
Why don't we start with the director then? She seems like our best lead.
Having cleared the dishes closest to her, Portier pulls the char siu buns from the other side of the table.
I've got a hunch her case is connected with this one. Just like you said, there are too many coincidences to not dig deeper. That writer. What was it? Huh, Rijuine? She's an arcanist, right? No surprise that she'd imbue that film with all of her final bits of hatred. I've seen a dozen cases like it. Cursed objects are weird as heck. It's definitely possible that it could have chased Noir all the way here.
But there isn't any evidence that corroborates the rivalry between Miss Noah and Miss He.
Hold on. Didn't you read that in a report by another visual? Maybe it's only hearsay, but that's something. Not only that, get this. I did some digging of my own. The night that cleaner leaped off that roof was the exact same night that Noir was in the car accident that left her legs paralyzed.
Wait. The cleaner leaped off a roof. What? What story was there about a cleaner jumping off a roof? Kinokun says, wasn't that one of the 5 people who jumped off a building? Okay. Oh, the ones that watched the reel. Okay. So, after they watched the film, Noir was also affected, I guess?
It gets freakier. According to the reports, they happened within minutes of each other.
Yikes.
And the building was less than a block away from the scene of the accident. How's that for evidence? We've got a saying in the DAA, Cadet. When it comes to Arcanum, there's no such thing as coincidences.
Within this declaration, Poitier pops the last char siu bun into her mouth.
Whether coincidence or not, it isn't much to go on. We need evidence.
Of course. We can't just leap to accusations without proof. But when it comes to arcane crime, you've got to follow your hunches. So keep your nose to the ground.
Poitier notices the dejection on Leong's face and sheepishly sets down her chopsticks.
I get you. This isn't just about evidence. You don't want to point the finger at someone you admire. But you've got to pursue this, even if that means you have to separate the artist from their work.
Leong remains silent for a moment, picks up the chilled lemon soda from the table, and takes a sip.
Actually, there is another reason that I'm not entirely convinced that Miss Noah, the film incident, and the events in Chinatown are connected. In fact, it's quite a substantial reason. If our records are correct, the cursed reel was found and contained by the Foundation 6 months after the initial incident.
The reel... okay.
Which means, unless something has gone horribly wrong, it should still be safely stored within the Arcanum Containment Department.
Ooh. A sharp crash interrupts her words. The two turn toward the sound.
Oops. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, hello. A bespectacled girl fumbles on the napkin as she hurriedly tries to clean up the shattered dish she just knocked over. But her sneaking glances toward the two officers don't escape their attention, and the shiny emblem on her chest tells them exactly where she's from.
Well.
They exchange a puzzled look.
If I remember it right, you mentioned earlier that you saw someone from the Foundation acting suspicious yesterday.
Wait, what?
Yes. Like the lady over there. She also works for the ACD.
Oh.
Guess we'll have a talk with her.
I agree, Miss Poitier.
They rise from the table and approach the girl. Why is it a fight? That makes no sense. What the heck? No violence! No violence! Peace and love! Sorry, I had to clean something on my desk. Okay.
Join with us, comrades.
She's even a cutie patootie here. Is something the matter, officers? You seem to have overheard our conversation. Was there anything in it you might know about? We welcome any leads you might have, and even offer a reward for helping solve the case. No, I didn't hear anything. This is all happening so suddenly. I have urgent business to attend to. Please understand, officers. There's no need to worry, ma'am. You seem a bit flustered. Here, why don't you come sit down? We'll have a nice chat. So this is like a metaphor for them freaking strong-arming her. Yes, I'm sure there's a way we can be of help to each other.
So weird. Never hold back.
I know the world, and this is an alien city.
Like an unstoppable beam. No turning back.
Hey, I get to use the ult.
I admire your pip.
Please warm the liquor for someone.
I believe in you.
Sharp thing.
The drums and the horn sound. The sword shall be drawn.
Keep going. For our dream, comrade.
Under Liang and Portier's relentless questioning, the suspicious Foundation member ultimately surrenders.
All right, I'll tell. But only to you, since you're a vigil, but she isn't, right? Sorry, I should really only disclose this info to other Foundation members.
She shoots a cautious glance at Portier. Portier says nothing, simply raising her chin at Liang in approval. Liang follows the girl out into the empty alley. After verifying Liang's identity with her communication device, the girl gives a final glance up and down the alley before talking.
There's no one I would trust more than a vigil, Miss Liang. I'm here on a mission for the Foundation, and you might be able to help me with it.
September 1990. A female arcanist committed a serious assault and caused a number of casualties. She had appeared at an illegal gathering held by the Order of Enlightenment, a subordinate organization of Manes Vindictae.
Okay.
The Timekeeper encountered her and confirmed her identity. Anjo Nala, a Beyond Arcanist.
I see.
Born sometime in the 19th century, she was sealed inside a wind-up toy in the year 1968. Since then, she has become a lethal weapon that must obey whoever possesses her toy. But back in 1985, I mean, the real 1985, that toy had been safely stored in an Arcanum containment department as a dangerous item.
Until it was stolen.
You were involved in that particular inventory check. There are 4 additional items that are now lost aside from number 066. The circumstances of the last storm, and that devastating spell threw our whole organization into chaos. However, there's no excuse for failing to uphold our department's most crucial mission.
I don't know what devastating spell Pedra is talking about.
Fortunately, it appears that our break-in was committed by a single culprit.
I heard what you and your partner just said. It's about all the weird things that happen in Chinatown, right? It was my mission to catch Latham and retrieve all the arcane objects she'd stolen before they caused more damage. But I guess it's already too late for that.
The meaning behind these words is crystal clear. Not to me. There is no room for Liang to feign ignorance, but I think I get the gist.
Then you're saying that...
Wilson's cousin? Who's Wilson? What Wilson are you talking about? Is that another character in Reverse 1999 that I'm forgetting about?
Yes, the cursed reel from the incident you mentioned was among the stolen items. And you said that you have some clue about its current whereabouts?
The cursed film reel, Reunion of the Three Swallows, is in Chinatown. The weight of this revelation sinks heavily in Liang's chest.
I was told to operate under strict secrecy. But at this point, the faster they're retrieved, the better. So, shall we work together?
Scott takes a notebook from her pocket and pulls out a photo tucked inside. Oh, Pandora
Our main
Wilson.
suspect is Latham, an awakened arcanist.
What? Pandora Wilson, the person who interviews all of the Arcanists and provides all of the little interviews when you look at each of the characters in their menus. I think that's Pandora Wilson. But I totally forgot what she looks like, so 1.6 is such a long time ago too. Leon can't help but look surprised when she recognizes the other girl in the photograph. But Scott seems to misinterpret her reaction.
It's hard for me to believe she'd do this. We were colleagues and close friends. I used to call her Loggerhead because she's the most forgetful person I know.
Scott, you're not very good at recognizing facial expressions. You should immediately be like, have you seen her somewhere?
At first, I refused to believe she could do such a thing. I still don't understand why. She's not the kind to be greedy.
Interesting.
But the Vigils investigated the theft thoroughly. And the Vigils are not the kind to make mistakes. You've been here a few days
Anyone
already,
can make mistakes.
right? Have you had any word about where she might be?
Scott's brow furrows, her expression torn between hope and fear. It's as if she wants confirmation while equally dreading to hear the truth. Wow. I like the complexity in this.
Sorry, I haven't.
Ooh. She shakes her head. Dang. She just lied. I find that a little surprising. Scott's expression visibly relaxes.
Oh, what a pity.
Wait, they called Loggerhead a slur. Wait, what? What'd they say? What? What are you talking about, Kinoko-kun? I don't see anything. Loggerhead because she's the most forgetful person I know. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, Kuniko-kun. Okay. Confidential record. This document contains confidential information. Please do not take out of the precinct. Investigation record. Noir. Noir, a female arcanist. Her arcane skill allows her to manipulate inanimate objects within a defined range, designating them as actors. Born in Hong Kong in 1950. Graduated from the USC School of Cinematic Arts in 1972. Later worked at what would eventually become known as TVB. In 1978, she began collaborating with independent production companies to produce low-budget films. Released her debut film Muddle in 1979. Established a new art company in 1980 and began working on the film Detective CO7. In 1983, a car accident left her paralyzed from the waist down, allegedly tied to the film incident. For more details on the film incident, please refer to the attached documentation. Do we get to see the attached documentation? I guess not. Do I get my daily activeness now? I do! How are we doing in terms of polls? 73! I get a crystal casket from here. And get the music, old tickets, a new currency. Rewards revisited. Over here. Uh-huh. Old ticket. And glowing strand. Which I'm pretty sure you buy. I think this is weird. What's this about? I already started the limbo stages. Saving sow and reap for later. Ooh, nice music. What do we get? Why can't I click on the thing? Is it just currency? Or something? Oh. I haven't done any of this. Well, I think the story is really getting good, so I'm gonna keep going. It's currency for the mode Party Parrot. Party Parrot. Before the owner can even say goodbye, Leong has yanked Portier out of the front door.
What's the rush? I haven't even finished my noodles.
Nom 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 nom. Sorry, I'm gonna open the window a bit. Starting to get warm around here. Do you not have 7 TV on? What's 7 TV? What's that?
We can eat later, but we need to find Miss Latham now.
Wait, hold on. I'm all for chasing down a crook. But why do I get the feeling you didn't tell your Foundation friend about your run-in with Latham?
I most certainly wasn't typing out Party Parrot. What? Oh, it's an emote! It's an emote! Oh. Let me see. I'll have to figure out how that works, I guess.
What's up? Why are you keeping her in the dark?
I think that something isn't right about her. I've been to the A City before. To most, it might seem defenseless, but it's actually heavily protected by arcane rituals.
Yeah, like, how in the heck? That's weird. That things would just get stolen.
According to Miss Scott, Latham acted alone, but there's nothing in her file that would suggest she's capable of that. Her arcane skill level is frankly far from remarkable. Even with insider knowledge,
she's not a very
I
meta
don't
character,
believe
Leon Yue
it's
said.
possible she could have bypassed the security system and escape on her own. Either Miss Latham has played the Foundation for fools, Or she has more powerful accomplices. That leads me to another thing. This mission is not something a typical Foundation staff member would be assigned to.
Yeah.
As Miss Scott claimed to be.
Kinokukun says, I mean, she's better than most 5 stars. That is true, yeah.
There's something we don't know.
You're saying that girl with glasses lied to you?
Uh-huh.
Maybe. Or that she was being lied to herself.
Right. Liang pulls her SPF-1 contact device from beneath her cloak. After a few simple taps, she turns it around for Portier to see.
There was another thing I found while searching through Miss Latham's files. Or rather, what I didn't find. There were no warnings or notices on her employee records.
You mean she's not actually wanted?
No, I don't think so.
What if Loggerhead is being used as a scapegoat? Yeah. Why else would she pull that picture earlier? You're talking about Scott taking out the picture of her with Loggerhead?
Miss Scott said that their department wanted to solve this problem in secret. So I thought that might explain the reason Miss Latham's warrant wasn't on her file. However, when I try to access more of their records to double-check my findings, I run into a block on Miss Scott's records.
Ooh.
Access denied. You do not have permission to view this information. If you need access, please contact your supervisor.
A warning symbol flashes on the screen.
It could just be because I'm only a cadet. There are some files that I don't have access to yet. I contacted my supervisor, but I haven't heard anything back. I don't mean to distrust her, but I can't hold anyone above suspicion.
Yeah, that's smart. Portier shifts her gaze from the device's screen back to Liang.
And what about me? You're putting a lot of trust in me, Liang. Is it really alright that you're telling me all this? A dangerous item stolen from the Foundation, and possibly an inside job at that. That's a scandal in the making.
Do we know if Portier is an arcanist? She is, right? Like I'm sure you have to be an arcanist to be in her division.
You could have just lied to me. Make up some kind of story. It's not hard for a smart kid like you.
Liang gives Portier a puzzled look.
Why would I? We're partners, Miss Portier. Hiding information from you wouldn't be right. You told me that yourself, didn't you?
You think she's human? I guess that seems likely.
Me?
Yes. The first day we were on duty together, you said you need to know what makes me tick.
Aww.
I did, didn't I?
Portier seems a little dazed. Liang looks at her, sincerity behind her eyes.
I've reconsidered it, and you're right. During my training as a vigil, our instructor emphasized many times that trusting our partner was of vital importance. And you, Miss Portier, have proven to be capable, decisive, and compassionate. I have developed a deep respect for your work.
Aw, she's gonna make her blush.
We share the same goal, to discover the truth behind the incidents happening in Chinatown. I can't think of any reason why I shouldn't cooperate with you.
Alright.
I knew it.
I'm blushing already.
Portier cuts Liang off. Almost flustered. Almost.
Damn, girl. I didn't expect my meek little mouse to turn into this.
This what?
Forget it. You've made your point. Now stop it.
Portier waves a hand, signaling the conversation's end.
But you kinda missed my point. I'm worrying that the Foundation is gonna punish you for leaking classified information. Won't you get in trouble?
Though I may be a vigil of the Foundation, before that, I am the descendant of the Liang family. I'm obliged to do all that is necessary to fulfill my destiny. And given the circumstances, I think providing all relevant information that might assist us in catching the thief and retrieving the threatening arcane objects is worth bending the rules. Just a little.
Despite her conviction, Leanne can't help but hesitate a little.
Besides, I'm not under any orders to keep this a secret, so...
Cheeky. And you say you don't like bending the rules. I see you, boo.
This is cute as heck.
And I like it. Come on, let's work this out together. Partner.
This room again.
Which one is my room again? Oh, right. I wrote it down. Let me see. There it is. I almost went too far again. Now the key card. Where did I put it? Oh, here. Home sweet home. Oh, I'm exhausted.
The camera-headed girl freezes in place. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. 2 officers are standing in her sweet home. It's Langway and Portier.
Latham, right? It's been a while.
We have some questions for you. Please try to cooperate.
Liang steps forward and closes the door on her behalf. I just find this really funny. Also, I've decided that I'm going to use all units that have the garments from last year's anniversary, or half anniversary thingy. Yeah!
Can I...
Or on Lee. I should use on Lee. Yeah, on Lee. With her portrait 1. No team cohesion at all. None whatsoever. The team cohesion is clearly with the fits. You need fit cohesion. It's the new meta. Catch up. I mean, come on. What are you doing in my room? This is a serious, criminal offense. Get out of my room, or I'm calling the police. The phone, it's right here in my hand. No need for that. I am the police. What? You're that official from the hospital. I was sure I'd shaken off this person. So what do you want with me? I think you already know the answer to that. They don't even match. But they do! In spirit. Whee!
Never hold back.
Relax, I've got it in the loop. Oh, so that's what happened.
Oh, that looks so cool as an attack. I think that's great. Oh. Let's do this.
So that's your idea.
Understood. Like an unstoppable beam.
Yippee!
Ring the gong of victory.
A knight is so cool. I have 0 regrets for this skin. I don't even care that I don't use him very much. I think I'm starting to narrow down my choice on what garment I'm going to get. I think I am going to get Druvis' skin, even though I rarely use her, because it's not about whether I use the character often, it's whether I really, truly love the garment. And it is nice animation, isn't it? When an unsuspecting prey steps into a carefully laid trap, the outcome is already decided.
All right, fine. I'll tell you everything.
Never saw a loggerhead attack? Yeah, loggerhead's attack! I liked how it looked like a projector.
It was me, okay? They said I stole those arcane objects and sold them for money. Well, maybe I did. Ouch!
What? As she speaks, she backs closer and closer to the wall behind her until she smacks her oversized head into the window ledge. Oh Oh, did you see Shiny? Regulus Euphoria finally. Ayo! That's fun. I don't have her, but that's awesome for all the Regulus havers out there. Congratulations! She deserves it. She is our baby girl. I'm calling everybody baby girl this stream, apparently. I think it's because of the Tumblr Sexy Man contest that just happened recently. Now everybody's baby girl. But that's great. Ooh, how fun. A particular word in her statement makes Liang tilt her head.
What do you mean, maybe? Because, actually, I can't remember it.
Oh, that's right. She loses her memory.
I can't find my memory foam for that time, so really, I just don't know.
That's why they're using her as a scapegoat, because they know that her memory is always lost.
Memory
constantly. This so-called loggerhead girl, unawakened, isn't exactly a tough one. Within 30 minutes, she has spilled everything. Timex says, but it's impromptu. If you have the full comp, I'm doubting she removes anyone from it. Oh. Yeah. Maybe it's super busted, lol. Yeah, I guess, people will just have to see once it's in the game. Huh. Yet, despite this seemingly ideal result, neither of the officers looks pleased.
So, to summarize what you just said, Latham, you're an awakened piece of a movie projector, which forms a Latham loop.
Oh, that sounds like a real-world thing.
You were designed to play movies, not record them. And that's why you suffer from severe amnesia.
It's time for me to look something up on Google. Oops. Okay, time to learn, everybody. Come join me as we learn together. I just really like learning using reverse 1999. The Latham loop is used in film projection and image capture. Oh, it does image capture too! It isolates the film strip from vibration and tension, allowing movies to be continuously shot and projected for extended periods. So it can be used to shoot film, not just to project it. Okay. Oh, check that out. I see. Invention of the Latham loop is usually credited to film pioneers William Kennedy, Laurie Dixon, and Eugene Lost. Or is it Loste? I don't know. Both men worked with Woodville Latham, developing a motion picture camera and projector in 1895. Oh. Major Woodville Latham was an ordnance officer of the Confederacy during the American Civil War. That's awkward. For people who don't live in America, the Confederacy started the American Civil War and were fighting because the rest of the country was like, we need to stop having slaves. And the Confederacy was a collection of states in the southeast of America who were like, no, we want slaves. Slaves are good, actually. And so they are the Confederacy. So that's too bad. But interesting science things. Let's see. Dixon later acknowledged Lost as the inventor of the loop, though rival claims were made in support of another Latham associate engineer, Enoch J. Rector, who used the technology to shoot an hour-and-a-half-long documentary film, The Corbett Fitzsimmons Fight in 1897. A boxing film promoter and early cinema technician. Very interesting. Yeah, when it comes to inventions from that time period, you have a lot of different people that are all like, I invented this. No, I invented this. And, of course, you can't have technology from the late 1900s without frickin' Thomas Edison sticking his nose into it as well. He was one of the biggest invention stealers of all of history. By 1905, virtually all motion picture projectors used the Latham loop. The patent expired in 1913. When Thomas Edison excluded his competitor Biograph from licensing Edison's key motion picture patents in 1907, Biograph retaliated by purchasing the patent for the Latham loop. In a patent infringement suit by Edison against Biograph, a federal court upheld the validity of the Latham patent. Oh, patents. They're a headache and a half. Anyway, that's the history of the Latham loop.
You can only recall things that happened within the last 3 days. And after that, you'll forget almost everything. Do I got that right?
I guess so.
You guess so?
Poirier's sudden questioning startles the girl. She shrinks further into the corner, wedging herself between the window and a nearby chair. Poor girl.
I can see why that friend of yours calls you Loggerhead. You deserve the name. What is going on here?
It's understandable. Awakened arcanists often suffer side effects related to their origins and materials, but still, this is quite unusual, to say the least. So, she has no memory of what happened 3 days ago, or even any of the cases she was involved in. So then, she's basically useless to our investigation.
This kind of has Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright vibes. I don't know if I'm the only one thinking that, but it reminds me of stuff like that.
I can only imagine what a disaster it would be if you showed up in a Detective CO7 movie.
Hey, that's rude. How come I'm a disaster?
The girl, mustering what little courage she has left, waves her metal fist in defiance. But her feeble resistance has no effect on the officers. After sighing in unison, they exchange a glance.
What do you think?
I've made a request for Miss Latham's detailed records, but I don't think she's lying. Back at the hospital, the best lie she could come up with was a hamster riding a stethoscope. I kind of doubt she's a master manipulator.
Okay, there's that. Okay, that's what all the meepos look like. Is that right? They're called meepos or meebos? Meebos, probably. So that's Poitier right there. Loggerhead. I wish we could zoom in more. Reverse 1999, let us zoom in on the scenes in the stories. That'd be so nice. You know what someone needs to do? Someone needs to make an actual physical recreation of these scenes with these little tiny cute amiibos. Oh, someone else has shown up. Is it Scott? It's my best guess is Scott. Yeah, it's amiibo with glasses. Alright, part 10, unraveling the mystery. Dispel the fog, unravel the mystery, and they'll claim that this is the truth. Yeah, that gives me the vibes. I bet they made Scott really cute to make us think she's innocent and she's actually bad. Or something. That's my best guess right now.
Let me sort things out. Miss Loggerhead, you said you could record and save your memories using a special type of film developed by Laplace, which means that even if you don't recall taking anything from the Arcanum Containment Department, your film should show whether you did or not. But the fact is, the films are gone. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I usually carry my most important memories with me and leave the others in my room. The Foundation staff checked the visitor log after the stuff was stolen. Turns out I was the only one who visited the office that day. So they sent people to my room and checked all my film, but they didn't find anything. Then they said they already had other evidence. So
they weren't there to check. They were there to take film, I think.
so they just declared Loggerhead guilty.
Wait, what? Huh? How did you get here? Kinokuken says, I mean, if we're going down that theory, doesn't that mean it was an insider job? Yes!
But that doesn't make any sense to me. Something must be wrong.
The Foundation employee who claimed to be hunting Loggerhead received a call from Liang just 10 minutes ago. But the moment she stepped into the clue-filled hotel room and laid eyes on Loggerhead, she blurted out, "You're still here?" And just like that, the final piece of Loggerhead's testimony was confirmed. What is this? What are we talking about here, narrator? Can you please... What? The final piece of Loggerhead's testimony was confirmed. Okay, I think I get it. The two girls sitting on the bed lower their heads in silent understanding. I mean, if Liang Yue is safe enough, feels safe enough with Scott to call her over here, then maybe it's fine. I trust Liang Yue to be really on top of things.
When you found Miss Latham, you bought her a train ticket instead of putting her under arrest.
I know I've gone against orders, but I'm sure Loggerhead didn't do this. She's my friend. I can't just arrest her and have the Foundation lock her up. I'm sorry for keeping all of this from you, but you're a vigil. I had to be careful. So, if it's not crossing a line, Miss Liang, Miss Potier, can I ask you to keep this between us? You can report it after we find out who's really done this.
Could you, please?
The idle animation is so good. Scott's eyes gleam pleadingly, and Loggerhead's lens gleams as she stares at the officers in expectation. The pitiful expressions on both their faces would tug at anyone's heartstrings. Liang almost feels as though she's tormenting some kind of harmless creature, but this unofficial interrogation isn't over yet.
We'll talk about that once we figure out what the hell's going on. Back to the case. You said she gave you a train ticket. What are you still doing here?
Loggerhead lets out an awkward laugh.
Actually, while I was on my way to the train station,
Ooh.
A car on the other side of the street lost control and hit my cab.
Okay.
Thankfully, it crashed into the passenger seat where I was sitting. My metal's much stronger than human flesh.
Yikes. Liang searches her memory for a moment.
That's right. There was a car accident yesterday morning. The driver suffered some kind of unknown mental abnormality while he was on the road. Maybe he's fallen victim too. What happened next?
I was sent to the hospital, and you showed up. I thought you were gonna arrest me, so I ran as fast as I could. I threw away my cell phone and contact device as soon as I left the Foundation. Scott said they could use them to track me down. I couldn't get a hold of anyone and didn't know what to do. And even though I don't know for sure, I really don't think I'm guilty. It's super weird to be on the run when you feel like you're innocent. So, I went back to Chinatown to ask Director Noir for help. She was the only one I could contact directly.
I don't think it's weird to run away when you think you're guilty at all. I think people run... I hate this preconception that, oh, if you run, it's because you feel guilty. It's like, no, it's probably because you are afraid for your safety, probably. A crucial name. Yeah, what did she say? Dr. Noir.
Noah.
Director Noir.
Could you tell me how you got to know her?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Walk of Fame. Walk of Fame. Okay. Now I just need to turn left. Wait, which way is left again? It changes every time I turn, right? Gosh, how the heck do people read maps?
What?
Are you alright? It seems you could use some help.
Noir stopped to help me. She was really interested in my head, so we had a little chat, and I found out she was a director. She offered to take me to the Walk of Fame. We talked a lot about movies on our way there. Then I told her I was traveling alone, so she invited me to join her movie shoot in Chinatown. How could I say no? I mean, she's a famous director. There's no way I'd miss a chance like that.
Interesting. That was the same day that odd things started happening in Chinatown.
The head that was bopping excitedly comes to a hesitant stop.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
Did anything strange happen that day?
Loggerhead's lens flickers. It seems something has surfaced in her mind.
Let me see. I did find a strange film reel when I was unpacking that night.
A strange film reel?
Wait, could that be...
All three of the others immediately perk up at the mention of those words. But perhaps due to the limited field of vision of her camera lens, Loggerhead remains oblivious of their gazes. Instead, she pulls her backpack toward her, muttering to herself as she leisurely rummages through it.
Yeah, a strange film reel. I've gotten into the habit of labeling my films like check every day or check from time to time, so that I know what to watch to keep important things in my mind.
Did someone plant it on her?
I was gonna do a review that night, but when I looked through my film, there was a roll without a label on it. It couldn't have been mine because it was made of a different material. I was so curious about it, you know? So I played it.
Ooh.
What did you see?
It was a movie, I guess, but it was pretty short. More like a demo or a trailer or something. But it was so weird. Like a jumble of pictures and sounds. It didn't make any sense to me. I don't know, maybe it was a prank or something?
She halts her search and looks up blankly.
What's wrong?
The film, it's gone.
What?
Loggerhead shrinks nervously once again.
I can't find it. It was right here in my bag.
Ho ho
Give it to
ho. In one swift motion, Portier snatches Loggerhead's backpack and upends its contents onto the bed.
Damn,
Gosh.
First time I've seen a bag messier than my sister's. Do you ever organize your stuff?
Like a whirlwind, Portier tears through Loggerhead's things, ignoring her shrieks of, "I just forgot to throw that away, and I still need that," as she ransacks not only the backpack, but the entire room. Finally, she has no choice but to accept a rather disheartening conclusion.
Nope, nothing. You didn't take it out and lose it somewhere, did you? Mistake it for a tip for your pizza guy or something.
I forget things, but I'm not an idiot. I didn't lose it. Check my film if you want to prove it. It just disappeared into thin air.
But your film only records what you saw. Someone might have taken it when you weren't looking. Does anyone else know about this film reel? Did you have any visitors or notice anything suspicious after you played it?
Suspicious? I don't think so. At least I didn't see anything. The only person who visited me afterwards was Scott. She came to tell me I was wanted by the Foundation. Oh, but actually, I wasn't alone when I played it. Noir was with me. She said she was interested in my memories, so she came
she saw it too. The others stare at Loggerhead as if she's grown a second head. She nervously swallows the rest of her sentence.
What's wrong?
So, it was Noir who took the film?
Wow.
What are you...
A solid punch sends the man flying. At least that's what was supposed to happen.
Sorry, Director. I'll try again.
Don't bother. Clearly, your martial arts skills are severely lacking. I don't want you to hit your head when you fall to the ground. Go. Take a break.
The disheveled actor still wants to argue his case, but everyone knows that once this director makes a decision, she won't change her mind easily. In the end, he simply sighs and steps aside.
That was the last one, Director. There are far fewer stunt performers with martial arts experience here than in Hong Kong. Master Lau and his men will arrive in a few days. Perhaps we could shoot the scene then?
Nicholas is on a tight schedule. I doubt he'll change it. Let me see what I can do.
A single sentence is far from enough to capture the many difficulties the famous Hong Kong director has faced since working overseas. Leaning back in her wheelchair, she discreetly scans the set, searching for the missing piece of the puzzle.
Hmm? Her again?
Oh, she's gonna recruit Liang Yue. Lin follows Noir's gaze.
Oh, that young officer?
Ooh, this is the music from Millennia's event.
What do you want? Listen, I don't know what you are trying to do, but can't you just leave us alone?
I love this song. It's so nostalgic to me.
Sorry, ma'am. This is a closed set. If you don't have a warrant, please leave.
Guys, relax. Liang isn't as mean as she seems.
Clearly, the arrival of a certain Vigil cadet is unwelcome. So much so that even Loggerhead is being eyed with suspicion. But Liang ignores them. She locked onto her target the moment she scanned the set and is already striding straight toward her. She stops a few paces in front of the person in question.
I must say, I didn't expect to see you so soon, officer. Is there something else you wanted to ask me? I think I made myself perfectly clear this morning. I know nothing about your case.
No, madam. I'm here to help.
Help with what?
Miss Latham mentioned that you are looking for a qualified stunt performer for your movie. I'd like to help with that, if you don't mind. As an apology.
Noir blinks.
You surprised me again.
Oh, that's actually a perfect place to end off the story for this stream. I'm going to be playing some other stuff in the game still. The stream's not over quite yet, but I think I'm going to leave the story there. Oh! Except the next part has a big fight in it. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep going. Never mind. I will keep going. We will do one more part for the story in this stream. Double check. Okay, I admit, I've always been something of a movie buff. Great, we've had a dead end. So what exactly did we miss? Maybe we should go over the items in Loggerhead's bag again. Loggerhead. Seriously? She packed all these film reels, but somehow missed the most important one. Look at this. Was she planning to open a video store? So many movie reels. Hey, Liang. These ones are in Chinese, right? Yes, sir. That's the Chimen Fighters. Here's Miss Vampire and Troubled Lunatics. Classic Hong Kong films, but it's unclear if these were Loggerhead's collection or gifts from Director Noir. Good grief. Do we need to watch all of these? We don't have that kind of time. No, I don't think so. These are just regular film reels, and their stories aren't related to our investigation. Huh. I almost forgot you used to sneak around and watch movies behind your parents' backs. Your knowledge is broader than I thought. So, other than CO7, which one here is your favorite? Our time is running out. Ugh, dull as ever. I knew it. But if we wrap this up quick, you should watch Ms. Vampire. It's a hallmark of Hong Kong Arcanum films. Oh? I'll remember that. We've gone through the bag, but the missing reel isn't here. Perhaps it's time for us to try something else. Yeah, let's hear what our big shot director has to say. Fun! Very cute. Alright. Last part for the stream. Part 11. Hey, Kalefe. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. Oh, we can see Noir's little amiibo here. Don't speak, don't blink, don't fidget, and definitely don't sneeze. And thank you everyone for joining the stream today. I appreciate you all. Definitely don't forget to join the Discord if you haven't already.
You mean to say that you're a stunt woman? Seriously?
Still is a notifications-only Discord with pictures of my rats as a nice bonus, but I will be open for community discussion very soon. I'm literally hoping I can do it this week. So, thank you in advance. Nora chuckles and shakes her head before turning her wheelchair in disinterest.
Thank you, officer. Well, judging by your uniform, you're from the Vigil's Bureau, aren't you? I appreciate the gesture. It's true that we may be able to attract more viewers if we have a Vigil on the cast list. But filmmaking isn't as easy as you think. Maybe I can fit you in next time.
Rejection, but refusal is not an option in this operation.
I'm familiar with movies, especially yours. I'm actually a big fan. And I saw the performance just now. Not to be rude or anything, but I think I can handle the stunt. For the betterment of the movie. That's what Miss Latham said you were after. Is that right?
Her words stir up a storm.
What? Does she even know what she's talking about?
That's some pretty big talk.
Even Noir can't help but let out an amused chuckle at Liang's words. Even so, her wheelchair comes to a stop.
That's true. But are you certain that you'll make my movie better?
Yes.
To be honest, no. Liang knows that filmmaking is far more complex than it appears. Her answer is far from the truth. But if she's going to uncover the truth, she has to act the part.
Interesting. Since you insist, let's give it a try. Show me what a Vigil can do.
I am officially really into this story. I think it's a really fun little story. I like small scale stories like that. Like this, honestly. It's personal and relatable. Except for the part where there's weird symptoms and people driving cars into other cars and stuff. It isn't a particularly clever trick, but fortunately, Latham's words weren't false. Noir would never turn down an opportunity to improve her films. Hey, we get to do the fight right away! Oh, goodness!
Luminary just rated with 21 viewers.
Goodness gracious! Welcome, welcome, welcome! Holy smokes! Luminary! Thank you so much for the raid! Welcome, everyone! Hi!
Master Mango 07 just followed.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for the follow, Master Mango 07. Excellent! Fellow Reverse 1999 enjoyers, I had a feeling.
Luminary just followed.
Luminary, thank you so much for the follow. I very much appreciate that. Welcome. I hope you had an excellent stream. Thank you so much for the raid. You definitely shouldn't feel obligated to hang out. Definitely take a break and stuff. Take care of yourself. Hope it was a fun one. Welcome everyone, I'm ShinyBot. I like to do a lot of Reverse 1999 streams, and I do a little bit of Honkai Star Rail. I did a little bit of Infinity Nikki recently, but am taking a break from that game because, have some issues with the recent update. So I'm having fun with the other stuff instead. Reverse 1999 especially with the new update. I hope you're all enjoying the new update, the new event. I love your little avatar. Thank you so much! I drew it myself. I'm quite pleased with it. I'm so happy that there's so many people watching Reverse 1999 streams right now. I stream it a lot. I've streamed it for the past year. And the last event, the last patch, it feels like there's a lot of viewers. You heard about the Infinity Nikki thing? Yeah, it's a rough time. And especially as a streamer, I feel like this weird, complex feeling of like, man, I was giving them free advertisement, and then they like, you know, feels like they betrayed us. It's bad Definitely look that up if any of you all are interested. But Reverse 1999 has been a fun time, and I am just now in the middle of the Showdown in Chinatown story. This is part 10, and it's the big fight in this chapter. But yeah, thanks very much for joining. It is time for me to pick some characters. I decided that I'm going to pick these garments, I'm picking these characters whose garments came out a year ago for the last time the game had a half anniversary. Last year it was, what was it? The Joshua Festival, I think? And all of the garments that came out during that patch were this really cool theme. All of the garments had a butterfly theme in it, and it was this really cool garment set that I really loved. So I'm using all the characters whose garments from that set I have. It's so late here, I gotta catch some sleep, but thank you for the warm welcome. I hope I'll catch another stream soon. Yeah, have an excellent rest, and thank you so very much for the raid and all that stuff, and welcome to any of the other streams. Yeah, I should check out your stuff at some point. Whee! It looks like you've been around for longer than I have. I just started streaming about a year ago, maybe just over a year ago. Let me see, what am I deciding to do here?
Let's go. I walk fast.
There we go, followed you back. Cool, okay. This is an okay team. Possibly doable, maybe, sort of. What other characters from that garment set do I have? I think that's kind of it. Yeah. Alright. Oh my gosh, look at those characters. Follow the director's instructions. Do not attack the enemy for the first few rounds. Oh, there's such like specific battle instructions for the fights in this story so far. I messed up the first one because I wasn't paying attention at all, because it normally isn't a thing. Listen up. In the first scene, you're a martial arts apprentice in Chinatown, cornered in an ally. Why do I keep wanting to pronounce that as ally? Alley by a group of thugs. You're an outsider here, trying to avoid trouble, so all you can do is curl up and take the beating. Are you ready, Vigil? Yes. Action! Eat this! Don't you know what hand over the money means? You want to suffer? Go break her legs! Oh my gosh. You got it, boss. Ugh. Okay. What if I did a counter? Whatever. I'll just put stuff together. And build Moxie, I guess. I have decided to basically skip the summon banners for this entire patch because I'm wanting to save it for the next patch. I've decided that I'm totally okay with people talking about future characters that were released in the CN server. They're about 2 months ahead of us, I think. But no spoilers for the story. Just it's okay to talk about just character releases and kit information, basically. So what if I do a counter? Is that considered an attack? Surely not. Let's just do a counter. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. Gaining Moxie, I guess. We've never had something like this in the game. Okay, so it said don't attack the enemy for the first few rounds. I guess probably we'll get an instruction from the director on when to actually start fighting, right? Is this click? Probably not. It's not. Okay. The kit is definitely not clicks. There we go. that. And do this again.
Crackers and fireworks!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I messed up. I probably messed up, didn't I? Good, good. Second scene. You've had enough. You're humiliated and furious, ready to fight back. Oh, maybe it did work. Get it together. No more looking weak. Show me your anger. Now, get up from the ground, not to prove yourself, but to tell him that whatever you've lost, you're taking it back. Action. Boss, she's standing up again. What are you afraid of? She's just a crippled runt. Jeez. Oh, there's more. Okay. Now I can actually fight back. That's click at home. He's got a higher tech camera, it would seem. It has a microphone on the top of it. Do I need to look at anything closely about how this works? I can just take them out in one hit, right? Yeah. Okay. And what's going on here? Fragility. Okay. Well... what if I just do this to see if I can get Anonli's stun? I can't! Oh well.
Coming!
I'll just take them out.
It's newly made this year. Easy la. I'll fill the cup for you.
Yay! She's gonna kill someone! Don't bite off more than you can chew. Cut! Alright.
Remember it's called lending a hand.
I love Joan Young-soo. I got her a year ago when she was first released, and she has a banner right now. And we know that she's gonna get a Euphoria pretty soon, so... if you're considering pulling her, I mean... good luck! I hope you get her. Ooh. CG.
Excellent. Bravo.
Yay! It's kind of a dark image, but it's nice.
Exactly as you claimed. No, even better. Really spectacular work. A perfect take.
Oh my gosh, she's so happy.
I'm flattered, Director.
Nora's eyes glisten as she watches the playback of the shot. Meanwhile, after nearly 20 failed takes, Young returns to the dressing room, her costume drenched in sweat. When she emerges back in her Vigil's uniform, a bottle of water is handed to her.
Here, it's not open.
Thank you.
Didn't expect you to pull it off. That was a dangerous stunt. Scared the crap out of me. All right. So you did a good job one time. But let me tell you, it takes a lot more than that to win recognition in this industry.
You've really got to hone in on the dramatic scenes if you want to move out of the stun room and box. You're good looking, and you took that scene pretty seriously. You interested in doing that? If you are, then I'll suggest you be a little more humble. There's always room for improvement, you know?
What has she done that is not humble? She was offered a bottle of water and she accepted it with thanks. What's the problem here?
You're right. I'm sorry.
What are you apologizing for?
But I'm not even stunt woman, let alone an actress. This is all just a bit of fun for me.
Is that so? Oh, what a shame.
The queen of the set rolls over in her chariot, stopping beside Liang.
I appreciate your sincerity, but I'd be even more appreciative if you were willing to do a few more scenes.
If it's just for a short time, I'd like to help in any way I can.
Fantastic! Follow me. We can have dinner and look at the script together. I have a few changes I want to make to the story.
Ooh, you get to have dinner with Noir.
Trust me, the audience will be more than happy to hear a line or two from you.
Lines? Okay.
Things seem to be taking an unexpected turn. Oh, this place again.
That's all. Well, have you memorized them?
Yes, every word. But aren't there too many?
She has a bunch of lines? Oh. The blank spaces in the script spread out on the table are filled with Nora's flamboyant pen strokes.
She's got a point, Director. The investors might not approve them. They already told us not to change the script like we did in Hong Kong.
Relax, we've done this before. They never read the script anyway. Besides, I'm not exactly asking for a monologue here. It's only 3 lines, just what's needed to make the character complete.
I like when Nora's idle animation is her snapping her fingers. It's really cute. Lynn gives a helpless sigh. She knows all too well how pointless it is to try and change Nora's mind.
I'll keep practicing until filming starts.
I look forward to your performance.
By the way, I saw some deity dolls and sedan chairs on the set. The Dushu Festival is coming up, right? Is the crew joining the Shouhu parade?
Those are our props. Our final scene is set at the Shouhu parade. I already spoke with the organizers in Chinatown. They've allowed us to shoot during it.
Really? The last CO7 movie ended with the Shouhu parade too.
I don't know why this came to mind, but that instantly reminded me of a scene from a movie that I really like. And to those who are new to this stream, I have ADHD, and this game, Reverse 1999, makes me go on tangents every once in a while. And I like to just take a break and be like, oh, this thing. To be, let's see, be a great, huge elephant. I wonder if I can find it. It's, there's a really short scene from Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Yes, I found it! I found it!
The quote goes,
let's see. I'm gonna try to find it. I'm not gonna play the audio because I don't want to get, like, copyright claimed. But there was a scene in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is a movie... a movie from 2004. And this one scene in the movie, apparently they shot it at an actual parade. And they weren't able to plan it ahead of time. They just happened to be there. And they happened to have the lead actors, Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet, right there. And they had a camera and they had mics. And they filmed their characters in character responding to the parade while they were there. So this was a real parade just happening at the time. And they got these really good shots of the main characters on a date at the parade. It was just a perfect coincidence. So, yeah! I don't know. It just was a thought that came to mind. Nora's eyes light up. She smiles.
Good memory. Looks like you meant it when you said you were a big fan.
The restaurant owner serves their meal, pausing their script discussion for the time being. Nora and her assistant pick up their chopsticks, but Loggerhead remains still. Oh, Loggerhead's there?
So, did you find anything? You said that your beastie friend could detect things tainted with evil, right? So, did it sense anything wrong with the director?
While Loggerhead speaks in a hushed tone, the conspicuousness of her head makes talking in secret a near impossible task. Feeling Nora and Lynn's subtle glances, Young squirms in her seat.
No, but that doesn't mean... Yes! told you she'd never do that.
Yeah.
Hey, she can hear you, you know?
The situation is already beyond repair. Oh gosh.
I'd never do what?
For a brief moment, Liang feels a splitting headache. She shoots a mildly accusatory glance at Loggerhead, causing her to visibly shrink.
Sorry, I don't like skirting around things. Can't we just ask her straight up? Not really. If every criminal just confessed to their crimes, the vigils wouldn't exist.
No clumsy cover-up will fool the director now. There's nothing for it but to be upfront. Perhaps this is for the best anyway.
Actually, I didn't just come here to apologize. There's something I want to ask you about.
What is it?
A perfectly measured balance of curiosity and confusion, yet no real surprise. Kinoko-kun asking, why does she have anime expressions? That is a good question, I guess. Because, like, why don't any of the rest of the characters have anime expressions also? And why is it specifically her? I guess it's kind of related to visual media, because she's a projector, but it is kind of specific, yeah. A renowned director having a knack for acting isn't exactly shocking. In fact, it's about as surprising as an amateur failing miserably to do the same thing.
It's about the strange things happening in Chinatown these days.
Wait, so all this was just to butter us up so you could investigate your case?
The assistant, who was all smiles moments ago, suddenly falls silent. Despite her careful preparation, the situation is difficult for Liang.
Sorry, madam, but it's my job. As I said, strange things have been happening in Chinatown. Things that bear a striking resemblance to the film incident that you were involved in 8 years ago, Miss Noah. The case document stated that the origin of these events is a film reel titled Reunion of the Three Swallows, a movie created by your friend, He Rijun. Miss Latham said you watched a film with her in her room a few days ago. Do you have any idea where that film reel is now?
Oh, so that happened just a few days ago. I didn't get a feeling for where in the timeline that was.
That film reel.
Did you not know what it was?
I had no idea.
Noir's expression darkens. Clearly, she has realized why Liang has brought up that film reel.
That film we watched together. Well, to put it mildly, it had nothing of interest. It didn't seem to have any semblance of a story, even. It couldn't have been one of Teresa's.
Liang recalls that the archive on Reunion of the Three Swallows cited Teresa as the English name of its creator, He Rijun. Noir and He Rijun had been friends since their days studying abroad, and it seems Noir still uses that name even now. Okay. I see. I think that's really neat that they mentioned this, because that is a common occurrence here in America. If people are born in countries, especially in East Asia, and they come to live in America, they'll take on a American-sounding name instead. Rumors, investigation reports, and speculations flicker through Liang's mind. But seeing the somber look on the woman before her, she decides to set them aside for now.
Maybe the original content has been contaminated. According to the Foundation's records, the film reel has 2 abilities: play and record. The play ability allows it to conjure its contents into reality in a form similar to a movie image, which accounts for the hallucinations and phantoms the victims mention. The record ability captures the souls of those in the same effective range as play, and the victims lose a part of themselves, like their sanity or their memories.
Whoa.
The case document doesn't mention anything about contamination, but my guess is that the souls recorded by the film have polluted the original content of the film.
Wow, that's an interesting concept. So the hallucinations and the phantoms are the play ability. Okay.
Shame on them. Whoever's behind this.
Noir mutters a curse, and both she and Liang fall into silence. Meanwhile, Lin and Loggerhead look utterly lost.
Wait. What are you talking about? Can you explain it to me simply, please?
That's
Miss
how I
Noah
feel
didn't
sometimes.
know that film was a reunion of the Three Swallows. So naturally, she didn't take it. I think she's telling the truth.
Really? That's great news!
No one responds. Loggerhead looks around and slowly lowers the arm she raised in premature celebration.
Oh, right. The film's still missing, so it's not great news. But at least Noir wasn't up to something when she made friends with me, right? That's definitely good news for me.
She turns to Noir.
That means we're still friends. And friends help each other. Liang said that the film reel could cause some problems for you. Let me help you find it.
I love Loggerhead.
I'll catch that thief and take the film back to the ACD. Then you'll be safe. I'll clear my name, and the problems in Chinatown will be solved. That's 3 birds with 1 stone. Genius, right?
You know, Miss Latham, this is what I like about you. You always speak your mind.
Her eyes squint a little as she curves her mouth into an unexpectedly gentle smile.
Our relationships are so complex, aren't they? That's what makes them so intriguing, captivating, really. A constant source of inspiration. But sometimes I feel that life is better kept simple. Wouldn't you agree, Miss Vigil?
Agreed.
There are certainly simpler ways to say, I'm suspicious of you, and I have no intention of cooperating.
May I ask you another question?
Please.
Like, if the game hadn't told me that, I wouldn't have picked that up on what Noir was saying. I'm kind of dense when it comes to social stuff like that, so I'm glad the game spelled it out for us. I know for other people it might have been, like, really obvious, but I appreciate it.
The rumors about CO7. Which ones are true?
I don't think a few old stories will help you solve the case.
It's not only for the case, but for my own curiosity. I wasn't lying when I said I was familiar with your works. I really like them. And this question matters a lot to me as a fan.
I see.
Noir ponders for a moment.
In that case, I really don't think you should know the truth for your own good. I appreciate your love for my works, but it's not a good idea to dig too deep into what went on behind the scenes. Just enjoy the stories for what they are. Otherwise, the magic will be ruined.
Aha. She gives a slight shake of her head, but a flicker of contemplation passes through her downcast eyes.
Well, I can tell you one thing that might interest you, though.
Okay. Interesting. So, I got through part 11. Very nice. Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call the stream there. That is all I have for today. I need to make sure I have some energy left for cooking dinner. I'm happy. My neck is feeling a little bit better. I think the pain medicine I took is helping out for sure. Timex says, getting there. Yes! I got much further than last time. I'm having a nice time with this story. It's engaging. It's small, but it's engaging. I think that's really nice. But yeah, I want to make sure I shout out that we are getting pretty close to the next collab stream for Reverse 1999 voice acting streams. Let's see, this coming Saturday on May 10th, you should definitely make sure you tune in with Decaf and Vidya or myself. I think I'm gonna be joining that one. I still need to go through all the like details and stuff. I would like to join in again. It's a lot of fun just to do some amateur voice acting for the side stories because, you know, those aren't voiced in the game, so we give voices ourselves. And it'll be like Decaf and whoever else can show up. And Decaf is planning on doing more of those collab streams for the other side stories in the event. And also Anon Lee's Anecdote on every Saturday afterwards as well. So this Saturday the 10th, and then the 17th and the 24th, there will be voiceover collab streams focusing on those side stories and Anecdote in Reverse 1999. So don't forget to check all that out. I normally just stream on weekdays, but I make an exception for those because they're a real fun time. Anyway, thank you everyone who raided today. I can't believe I got raided twice. That's crazy. But that was a fun time. A very nice, chill story experience. And it was nice to catch up with everybody at the beginning of the stream, talking about our weekends and what's going on with Infinity Nikki, and also what's going on with Reverse 1999. I still need to look at the new CN information out there. But yeah, I will look up what the CN players are concerned about for sure. Anything that the CN players are concerned about, I'm curious to learn about so that I can see what is headed our way over on the global server. So yeah, you can follow me on social media as ShinyBotTV. I'm on Twitter or X, Blue Sky. I have VODs on YouTube, and I'm here on Twitch. Everybody, take care of yourselves. Very, very important. Make sure you eat some food, stay hydrated, check in on yourselves, see if there's any needs that aren't being met, and all that good stuff, okay? Alrighty, we'll go ahead and end the recording right here. Bye-bye! And with that, let's go ahead and see who we can raid from this stream. I guess since both of those raids were Reverse 1999 raids, we might as well raid another Reverse 1999 streamer. Let's see, someone is doing the current event and some mains bulletin. Fun! Alright, why not go hang out with them? Oh, looks like they're doing some gacha even. Fun. Okay. Thanks again, everyone, for hanging out. It was a nice time. I will stream again probably on Wednesday. And then I also will probably stream on Thursday and Friday. We'll just be back to the normal schedule. All right. Take care, everybody. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.